If anything, the Astra remaining gives Runner a little more support on this Yoru, to be honest with you. So a little more, I guess, versatility in the smokes. There's some opportunities with the ultimate and the Cosmic Divide to kind of get him into a pocket to really run rampant in the backlines, really.
And I'd love to see what Runner looks like when he's activated more, because he's got a big head-to-head here up against Miniboo, for example. That's a very tall challenge to take on. Already, though, drawing first blood and feeling comfortable about it. Benji Fishy going down, big scalp to claim. A player who's been impressing me constantly since, kickoff through Madrid to now. And again, the same can be said for the Heretics roster. When we talk bigger picture here, Mike, as well, this is interesting to see us coming back to Breeze as well. Not taken away from the veto. Left in rotation. Heretics happy to leave it out there, and obviously Vitality clutching onto that as an opportunity here. And we hadn't seen Heretics lean towards this for quite some time.
No, obviously previously Vitality, the 1-1 overall on Breeze, Koi and Gentlemates. Previous series here, but new comp, potential new look. You see here, Heretics now gathering outside B side. 2 members here to hold down the 4, but Trek still kind of playing towards a rotation. He's holding onto the backside of Tube right now. Safe, under a lot of pressure though.
Yeah, but he's got, I thought he might have gone bailed out by Runner. He's been overwhelmed. Rien's a player I want to talk about further. Has been a shining star for Heretics, but Trex get one on the way out here and turns his attention towards middle, and rightly so. Gorgeous from Trex. A lot of questions around his performances of late, and already looking very good here, capitalizing well on Kix's utility, sent into motion, leaving just Rien's. A tap on the spike to try and draw some of the attention. Excellent trade there in the end. Vitality gonna get the first.
Comfortably done as well on the back of 4 kills from Trex. Beautiful timing. The swing onto the dart here, not really much for Boo to do on default here. Maybe just a little miscommunication. Rien's obviously an opportunity to deal with that dart himself, but nonetheless, Vitality come out on top. Eventually, I thought the defuse had already come through there, taking us through time with that. Maybe to retrieve a ghost or something elsewhere on the map. But yeah, what I'm curious to see is really how this Astra does complement. Maybe not so much on the defense here.
No,
typically, we're going to see Trex in that sort of position, ready to rotate and obviously apply a little more support where needed. You don't really expect Runner to be doing much in the form of, I guess, being overly aggressive.
Yeah, and again, when we look at this Vitality roster, I do want to see bigger results from them, even individually, right? Trex has been a hot prospect for some time. A lot of talk about what he could achieve in the right environment. Good to see him back here now. Runner as well, one of those younger players who've looked very solid. Let's see a big game out of him now. Obviously, Heretics, a hard opponent to make that toward. And Heretics this round, I'm looking mostly towards that Outlaw. What can Rien's achieve here? Again, the light armor could give some opportunities over. And he has been a bit of a superstar in the making, Rien's.
Yeah, it's just been so clean. Time and time again, we've seen examples of it. Hey, if anything, I'd say behind Miniboo. Oh, alongside Benji Fishy as well. Very exciting player that I guess, I don't want to say flew under the radar, but maybe isn't the headline of this roster.
It's wild, right? There's
but becoming,
3 players.
Definitely becoming so.
Yeah, and for Vitality, waiting to see how they look now. They've stabilized, they've got the roster out that they want. See how they start kind of coming into form. Patient round here, coming out from Heretics. Keep in mind, they are still working with pretty much classics, a couple of Sheriffs and that Outlaw. Maybe trying to play in Rien's. Pretty close towards the ult as well, so if he could get maybe a couple more bodies, he'd be happy with that. I
mean, initially with the damage onto Runner as well, it's going to force a Vitality a little deeper. And he must have heard us. His ears are burning. Benji will find Sender over on B side. Not necessarily open just yet. Safe still here.
Yeah, he's got a little gap. No, not anymore. And he might get overwhelmed. He's got to be really careful. Safe. All those mechanical monsters. He can at least punish Rien's and the follow-up.
Wait, hang on. That was Benji in the front lines. It was actually off the tag, but...
Spike planted.
But this is what scares me, though, a little. That Bulldog in the hands of Miniboo. If Boo and Padatek can play him in, that's got some potential. Looking like maybe there's that mid lurk coming out as well from Boo. Have to wait on the timing of that. 4 players to play this retake. Padatek's already taken away safe. Heretics just trying to play towards the side, and this is the time for Boo to strike perfect. And now the tension is split and punished. Padatek at the helm, and now just one and not for long. Heretics played that to perfection.
Yeah, the push and pull around the pillar here. Absolutely beautifully done by Heretics. On the back of what seemingly not a lot of inventory bringing into this round. Able to flip it on its head. Look at this opener, that's ridiculous. Again, here the tag. Look at the tag in the background with the recon. It's actually Benji that falls right in front here. I got really confused for a second.
Yeah.
This is Patitech that's revealed.
Cool. You take them when you get them. I guess
Yeah.
luck is on safe side today, but
Not so much on
enough.
Benji's, yeah.
Yeah, not enough for the round, though, right? So this is a bit of a turn of events here. This is going to shatter the progress, vitality we're making with the economy and everything else. So they're going to have to sit back and basically deal with what's dealt with them this round. Time for Heretics to maybe get the lay of the land here.
Slow set up outside A here. No contact just yet, but the drone will confirm presence. Well, they're trying to get him, but catches the backside of his own flash here. Miniboo and Boot to find the kills. Opens up A side a little bit, but a play down tube here from Vitality. Trex may be in a position to catch at least info. Oh, more than that.
Yeah, actually safe though with a massive chance here.
Yeah,
Already
Miniboo was
done
tagged
big
up.
damage, so that's great to take away those weapons. Those were Vandals now left on the ground, so you're happy enough with that, and that's going to be one to be able to be picked up too. Yeah, Sender's in a bit of a nightmare because they need to overwhelm him. They need to secure one of the sides of the map. Sender!
Hang on, they both step
Come on,
in.
Sender, what is
Spike down
that?
A.
What in God's name is happening? And Rienz has been noted. Support's on the way, and Safe has that Vandal. He worked so hard for. Sender is doing the dance so well. He's buying so
30
much time. Rienz is screwed,
One enemy
trying to bail
remaining.
himself out here. Can he keep this on track?
I have the
Safe. Oh, brilliance from Safe and Sender. Lovely work in unison, flipping this right back around.
I mean, obviously, when Safe reveals himself, he knows obviously then there's an opportunity to upgrade the weapon. Heretics look to try and overwhelm Sender here, but they both step into the snake bite, making the classic at that point a deadly weapon. Blue and Patitech fall in here and Safe to seal the deal. A little bit of a tilter, to be honest with you, after that round 2 flip.
This is a nice spot.
Heretics reset back, but 2 rifles brought in.
Eyes, Amir.
Rienz and Miniboo still going to try and make a go of it. Ult's just about coming online now.
Gonna be honest, I'm loving the prospect of this game after these first opening rounds. Miniboo has actually found kicks right off the rip, and look at the pace. Miniboo is absolutely off the leash. Gonna note runner pretty quickly, put a lot of attention towards it.
I'm back.
And he's committing. Oh, and it's gorgeous from Miniboo. That's runner gone.
Running rings around
Using
him.
that rifle so
jump.
perfectly. They only had 2 to come in with, already up to 3 now. Safe trying to make up for the absolute nightmare that's gone down here, but none of them really in a position to find any of these players just yet. Oh, there's gonna be that late mid pressure. The timing on this, and Rienz too. Layers upon layers to handle. And look at this patience from Rienz. Perfect. Oh, he's seen it all. Doesn't need to overwhelm it here. Doesn't need to do too much. He's set up everyone with the information, but it's actually Benji Fishy to fall.
One enemy
Maybe still a
remaining.
little life in them yet, but Miniboo says no. And Sender, the last one, standing with a stunning shot. But 2 to find and no time to do it. I think he knows this one's wraps. Heretics right back at him. Mike, this game is volatile as you can get.
Both teams going blow for blow here to kick Breeze off. I mean, the first blood comes through what feels like the first 4 or 5 seconds here. Miniboo straight up into double doors. Yeah, just so much chaos that really Vitality, it feels like they just can't really get a grasp on exactly what's going on before it's already escalated. Sender again looking pretty deadly here with his back against the wall, but not enough for Vitality to maintain.
And I mean, look, the Outlaw's good, but they're gonna have to hit some massive shots here for Safe. Dink some heads potentially, I don't know, but that's gonna have to put in a lot of work now. Patience being shown, I love this pace change.
Cool.
Just copped a whole lot of damage.
Like Miniboo's time and time again been the same person to take, I guess, the brunt of the front line here. Force Heretics to reconsider their approach for a moment. China don't think would have spotted Rienz. You see the pings coming through here, maybe to invest the Viper wall. Yeah, alongside the drone. So Heretics continue to apply pressure towards A. Nobody actually dealing with the dart here, so a ton of information confirmed on the back of this.
Starting to congregate towards this A site now. 35 seconds, and again, information free flowing. Save.
The tripwire killed him.
Oh, Miniboo.
30
Not going to be
seconds left.
happy with that at all. And this is just, look at them, they're all stuck here. All of them are stuck in the corner.
Spike down.
And Vitality just punishing them, Rienz. You're gonna have to do some heroics here. Flashed up in the corner, they want him dead and they're gonna get it. Vitality answering back again. None of these rounds are safe.
No, it's, I mean, clean in some parts, but it's scrappy to kick things off on Breeze. As I said, going back and forth here.
Oh.
It's. I think we saw another tripwire kill on Fracture. I think it was in EMEA as well. But yeah, I'm sure we've seen one other kill previously. That's not an exclusive club that you want to be joining, but
No.
Mini Boo
He's there.
punches his name into the history books.
And, well, one hero rifle on Patatek. Rienz's ult is there, as is Patatek's as well. On the other side, Runner's got his and Trex with the divide. And the early utility, the early hand has been shown towards the B site. 3-2 split looking like. And again, rotation's already in. But so is one of the players. Yeah. How has Boo got it? And the pacing of this. Hunter's Fury's there. Mini Boo's starting to fire off as well. But look at the punishment. Boo and Benji Fishy both fall. Safe looking for some more information on the jump spot. He's going to find a little more than he wanted. And that's messy from Trex. It's not what you need. And Safe is trying to bail him out here, trying to keep him alive. But Mini Boo is having none of it. None of these can be recovered yet, though. None of those rifles could fall into Mini Boo's hands. He's got his ult. Does he make a play on this? A 1v3 is a lot to ask from here. He's having a go.
Yeah.
48 seconds and a bit of a dream.
I said though, no weapon to recover this time, at least looking healthy. He's not taking any chip damage on the way in. Does have his ultimate as well, but tricky to really guarantee value from that in a 1v3 post-plant situation.
And they're aware of it. They're going to know that's on the cards.
They need to stack up here, really, because he's still got a flash to work with.
Yeah.
If he can isolate somebody and get an upgrade, it's definitely doable.
Michael, we're just going to wait.
Please check.
We're just going to wait. We're just going to wait. We're going to wait. We're going to wait.
Thank you.
It's all good. They checked. All good.
Golf
I like
clap.
the way we clapped.
Golf
It was
clap.
like, yep.
Yep.
Hey, we've seen stranger things happen. Different map, but whew, it's all good. All calm, all collected. First time we've seen the team with the rifles actually converting the round here, it feels like. It's been so unstable, and you saw the danger in this round, I've got to say, in my mind.
I mean, there was still punch to this,
Yeah, Safe was the one who kept this round pretty much going Vitality's favor. Some really critical kills coming in. Being the player you'd want there is your safe pair of hands. Already sitting on 11 kills. So a big performance from him. Again, one of the longest standing players now in EMEA.
Still talking about obviously having the Astra here for the new change of Vitality is going to apply a little more support towards Runner if they do have any set pieces cooked up around this. Obviously, composition here for Heretics. They do have 2 initiators, but it kind of feels like this is more to let Mini Boo stand on his own 2 feet almost.
Yeah. Initial Hunter's Fury. Don't think it's going to find too much, no, but it does allow for some safe passage to apply this pressure. Trex now needs to pretty much commit towards A main, feeling like they've lost the rest of the map, and you're right, they've pivoted. But look who's still there, though, Safe. Out of all the players, he's the one I probably wouldn't want to meet, and that's why. The guy's dangerous.
Spike as well.
That's a big find for him. Massive trade for Benji Fishy, but the cross still not safe as well. Kicks! Desperate for that to connect. Doesn't get it, so this should be the plant now coming in.
Runner, though. I'm going to try and find some information on the backside of this.
Planted.
I think Mini Boo as well, clearing with his ultimate all the way into spawn, so Heretics now know what space they've got to work with, and do have the numbers advantage here as well.
Gonna need to find someone soon. Waiting on the timing of the flank potentially, but Mini Boo probably won't pull that trigger too soon. He does, actually. Gives a chance now. Runner with the first step to work forward. You can see we're both waiting. Oh, and he's got another! A freebie on Rienz, and now it's on Boo. A 1v2, and he's been noted. He's got the best of Runner. But Trex, he's not stopping on this. He's finally pulled away. Spray comes in. Boo's got to be real careful down to just that classic here. But time is on his side. And I don't know how close this is going to be. I don't think he does. Very well done by Boo in the end there, keeping cool under pressure. And a real gear shift. That fake absolutely bamboozled them in middle.
Indeed, applying a ton of pressure. I guess no confirmation with the Hunter's Fury on the backside of that really leaves a question mark for Vitality. And they kind of have to commit to a couple of opening peaks just to find out whether or not it is a fake, or if there is any commitment behind this. Heretics with a response. We'll keep it within touching distance. 1 round separating now. Sender and Boot, both with pits available.
See what they go for this round. Seeing a variety coming out from Heretics, so I have to see how they adjust accordingly on the other side for Vitality. Already a bit of a different look here. Maybe just using that Outlaw in a position they feel viable. It puts a lot of strain on Sender. Now going to commit the ult, trying to dissuade any approach, but already the outdrawn coming through. Sender's got to be careful. They might challenge this quite early, and yeah, he's in danger. He's lucky to be still alive at this point, but they can clear. Runner on the other side of the map has somewhat bailed them out in unison, right? Finding Boo is big. That indicates there may have been something else happening, but still, they look like they're just going to commit this way. Spike's on the way over. Pressure from Safe, who's just thriving, but this is just madness. Brawling out on the side, and Sender somehow still alive.
25 HP.
I don't know how he's lived this long.
No stray bullet catching inside the smoke here. Able to get Patchstick back on his feet, though. Sender still looking to do some damage.
I know, Benji Fishy caught him that time. And now it's Trex.
Spike down.
Trying to catch him before they can get that plant. Already going to take away Benji Fishy, re-ends on the trade. And again, this is all ahead of the plant here. They didn't fully stabilize. Maybe Vitality trying one of those almost pre-takes. But it looks like, again, Heretics happy to fight in that chaos.
Yeah, they are. It's a number of rounds now. We're looking at almost, I guess, a visual test. It looks like they're really not showing much respect to these site holds. They're happy to brute force their way in, slow things down as Vitality look to try and re-challenge onto site.
Bro. Let's go.
But initially, I guess it's paranoia built around Miniboo. Whether or not he's really just going to run it down at you.
Surely he wouldn't do it again. I mean, he has been.
I'll return.
So this is going to need a bit of an answer back soon. This is 2 on the trot for Heretics. The scoreline's still sitting at 4-4. Economy starting to become a little shaky on the side of Vitality. Sheriffs, Outlaws, odds and ends. Maybe hoping Safe can catch someone with that. Got to say though, Heretics normally quite solid in these scenarios once they stabilize, but this game has been topsy-turvy really when it comes to it.
I mean, one area that Vitality have consistently found value, I guess, is slipping out of A or coming down tube and finding a kill or two. So there's going to be any adjustment here from Heretics. I guess a few more bodies stacked up this time around, but maybe not feeling like it's too much of a threat just yet. Getting a little bit of peace and quiet to kick off around this time. 45 seconds left on the clock. Now got their sights set towards B. Sender retested once again.
Oh, look at
he's got
this,
to jump
look at
straight into the
this.
fragment.
Oh, you can see the pressure. You can see how well crafted this site take is, just from Sender's perspective. Really hard to find any sort of safety. Now, the support system's here on the extremities, right? You've got runner towards middle. Sender's finally been pried out of the position at the back of the site, so they could go for this plant, but we know that Vitality like that midway pressure almost, right? For now, plant going to be coming in. They can't quite close the gap. Vitality having to sit back a little bit deeper here.
Cutting through.
Waiting for that wall. Still very much in place.
Safe still looking for some damage, I guess, with the scope in hand. And actually, the pit invested.
Oh.
Does spread onto the spike, I believe. Yeah, will come all the way past Bricks.
God. Utility layering is just a nightmare for Vitality. So hard to find the right timing to go. They've been caught again. They're just not getting that springboard towards the site. And look at how Heretics are playing in this pit. They're going to make it so difficult. Miniboo going to back away. Spamming out here. They're getting nothing for this. Heretics just going to drift away. They don't need to overstay their welcome. And Vitality going to opt to give it up to the spike, it seems. But actually, the drop of the pit will reveal at least one. And Vitality going to have to suffer the losses here and move forward.
Yeah, nothing really for Vitality to, I guess, cling on to. Really get any sort of comfortable approach back onto site here. Themselves a Hunter's Fury now in the hands of Rians, only ultimate on the board. As things, I guess, feel like they've maybe stabilized a little bit after the start of this half.
Yeah, 3 rounds back-to-back is enough to kind of give you a nice buffer going forward. But again, we have the buyback here. Again, some of those rounds of Vitality were on the lighter end of the purchase, so I want to see how it looks now and back on the purchase for them. A little bit of a different look towards middle as well, leaving... I mean, Sender has been playing mostly towards that B site now, kind of taking over from Safe, and he's been let a little further loose, so...
Take flight.
This is very telling they've made it this deep in middle already. So they're going to be on a knife's edge here. Kick's got to be careful.
Avoiding the first, actually.
Yep, Flash does come in.
So not
no
confirmed.
Threat. Does he get to go back on this one, though? Looking for that spam. Not going to get it. So plant's in. what do they have for the post plan? I mean, they've got all of Boo's utility still to play with, 2 shock darts, lots to work around, and the nade from Padatek if they need it. Benji Fishy will give up his life for this if he has to. Not ideal, but it's fine. Again, he's done his job here, got that plant down. First layer to this, to slow down any sort of diffuse, is that fragment, right?
Oh, hang on.
That doesn't feel as safe as I thought it might be, but here we go, Miniboo. Look at the angle. Look at the angle he's working with for these plants. They actually clear him in the end.
Yeah.
And the timing is right. I think Vitality absolutely shocked them in there because Heretics looked like they had it on wrap.
Yeah, a little bizarre that Vitality are allowed to get so much pressure towards the choke point here, because that's the safety net, right? We even said Benji Fishy probably happy to give up his life in that situation. Optimal scenario being you go 1-for-1 there, Benji gets one before falling, or even a little bit of chip damage on the way out. But the fact that Vitality are able to get 4 bodies here to really challenge towards the choke point means that Miniboo's late round position is kind of given up.
Calm and steady, guys. No stress, just do the things we do.
No stress.
No stress. I mean,
Hasn't felt that way watching.
No.
It's been pretty
Maybe why
stressful.
they need the reminder.
Yeah.
But no, it's good to hear Safe being that voice of reason for this team as well. You can see him level-headed. 3-2 split again. Is this the first time we see this test here? I don't think Heretics have seen this yet. I don't know how aware they are that Safe has been walking here. And a 1-for-1 trade. Safe still standing, goes back for a second, outdone. Had to turn the flash. Either way, he was probably dead at that point, but first time Heretics have worked that out, but they haven't cracked the site just yet. Kicks and Trek still going to be watching this one. The plant's made it over, so that should be going down into a 3v3 post plant.
Spike planted.
Sendo actually picking up Miniboo's position here. Probably going to isolate, or at least confirm Benji's whereabouts. Yeah.
That's a good angle, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thanks for that one. That's a bit of an issue now. Miniboo and Boo. What can they achieve? Gonna reveal the position on the site. Pop flash and a swing. No presence noted close. See if they can create a nice little crossfire here. Actually, Miniboo gonna get a little bit aggressive in this. Pop the ult as well. Gotta be cautious though. Be a little bit careful. He can keep track of them, but he needs to bank on Boo to do some serious work. Another tap on the spike. They're gonna come out of this one. Sender. Last one alive.
Wow.
Beautiful work between the two of them there. Fabulous stuff.
I mean, Miniboo's Gao gel free card obtained on site here. I mean, dead to right. It's really a little bit of a mistiming here with 2 shock darts sent and still a snake bite, I believe, in the hands of Sender. That does land a little after that first snake bite comes in, but Miniboo's forced down into a position where he's actually able to isolate this kill here onto Kicks.
Oh, Miniboo is sharp,
Yeah.
isn't he?
I mean, just so slippery to get the ult up there, to reposition. When you know Vitality, then the clock's running out. They have to force their way on towards the defuse.
I mean, if he didn't get that ult, he didn't get that kill, I felt that was going to be, what, a 1v3? He was dead on the site. There was no way out of it, even with the pop flash. He needed the kill as well. Sender's seen at least one of these players dropping from the window, so we'll see how he responds. I think he's already calling over Safe. And now Heretics have the round where they've worked out that there was that mid-pressure coming out, that mid-information flowing through the Vitality side, but Trek's actually with a little bit of adjustment here. I quite like this, but who noted anything on that?
Decoy at least will remove one of the trips on the way in. The Heretics just looking to plant that seed of doubt once again. Now, talked about finding value here previously. Trek's looking to apply further pressure. Just at Heretics' end. Yeah, Boo seemingly aware. I think previously he was one that was isolated.
Yeah, drew the shot earlier.
Now confirmed. Trex will find it, but I guess maybe a little bit of a red herring. I mean, it's a Viper. Maybe if he saw Miniboo, I don't know if maybe he saw on the minimap a ping come through there with vision, but I mean, it's the Viper, so maybe reading that it's the lurk, but you're absolutely right.
Left.
Vitality seemingly still aware of the possibility it's a fake.
And Safe seems to be the one reading this really well, but he couldn't convert the kill. Benji Fishy lingering around long enough to catch Safe. Now, do they get the success on the side? They're not going to have as much of an easy time as they imagine. 15 seconds. They've got to stick the landing. Sender's right here. He knows they are just behind that wall. The flash was not good enough at all, and it's a massacre. Beautiful read from Vitality.
Yeah.
Whoever called that out, whoever figured that out, kudos.
I mean, you got to argue, like I said, whether or not Trex gets the minimap ping on the second, you see the Viper, I mean, it's either Boo or Benji Fishy, right? That's almost like the one person you see that doesn't necessarily give the game away. Miniboo to an extent as well, you could have a TP set up somewhere, but beautiful call to stack up here. And late round, you're walking in towards potentially a Cosmic Divide and a Snake Bite to really shut down this choke point. Really well maintained by Vitality.
No, that was very impressive. It's kept this scoreline very close. If you're just tuning in, it's 6-6.
Somehow.
Yeah, this game has been, the scoreline almost feels irrelevant sometimes because it's been so, hot and cold at times. We've seen rounds and moments flipped all over the place. There's been very little stability between either side, but the fact it's 6-6 is fantastic. Go back in here now. Heretics on that defending side. Vitality, the opportunity to set the tone, set the tempo. And the first bit of contact shown towards A.
Yeah, Heretics playing pretty deep on this, so maybe just waiting to see how Vitality wish to approach. Not they give too much away in terms of the overall game plan.
Drone.
And the pistol. Late investment of the wall. Drone to follow through. But no progress made yet. No confirmation on the side of Heretics, but Vitality don't necessarily achieve anything on the back of the drone.
But I'm looking at this mid-progress between kind of Trex, and I guess you could argue safe as well in Tube, see what they can get out of this. Runner's fallen, though. They're starting to lose out on the players on the site itself, and that could be the issue. As much as this pinch could have been really nice, makes it very uncomfortable. They need to get something in their favor, a kill. That's it, that'll do. That'll open up a chance or two. Still a player on the side that they haven't yet cleared. That's going to be Boo and Swept. Sender, well done on that front. And again, this pinch looking really well crafted.
30 seconds left.
Get the plant down.
Planted.
Can. And now into a 3v3. Rien's kind of locks him on the site. And his aim is just so clean. But a great trade for Sender, who's having around it. Benji Fishy looking dead to rights at that point. But still on the site. Sender tries to make a swing. Mini Boo did that sort of thing in the first half. He's not going to fall for it again, but it's on Trex now.
Nothing to really cut sight lines. Well, actually, no, still got a cage, sorry.
Okay, and the double swing, Trex!
They stack up.
You couldn't ask for it to happen better for him there. Pressure mounting in the Red Bull clutch to confirm the first and the second.
Unfortunate turn of events here. I didn't even spot the cage still available for Benji here. And opting for a double swing outside of it. Like I said, Trex's position just so happened to be worst possible scenario for Heretics.
30 seconds. One enemy remaining.
Cool.
I think maybe a double swing towards Bricks here is the expected. And Trex kind of drifting into, well, you could call it no man's land. Way outside main, he's banging the open, but it's a bold play that pays off.
He does. The buy up here. 3 rifles, and then just the Ghost for safe and kicks. On the other side, a very light investment. Just that Sheriff really to report for Mini Boo. I'm looking for any sort of proactive approach. We do have the standard sort of affair here, but more, what does Mini Boo do in middle? Not much so far, not really being receiving much. And Vitality looking to just stabilize, take their time. They don't want to fall foul to any sort of funny business here. And the only real threat is Patitek at this point. I mean, maybe with a bit of work from Boo, but...
Well, I mean, yeah, Boo does have util. He's got Snake Bites to slow this down. Trex has already found Mini Boo, yeah.
Yeah, Patitek. We're going to get away with here. Not a great deal yet. They've slowed the roll a little. They're trying to play him in.
Yeah, couldn't get the dart quick enough.
He still gets one, I don't know how.
Down A.
Trade is there, 30 seconds now. Boo, Rien's and Benji Fishy, but he's still got those rifles standing. And Sender's already taken away Rien's HP. A little lower for Sender there for a second, but back into place. Benji Fishy's found, and Boo looking like a formality here. That's very, very robust approach from Vitality.
It's curious there what the plan was for Patitek to either commit to that opening engagement, but I'm not even sure actually the timing of Boo's Snakebite. Maybe that's the reason that the dart's not dealt with before it pings out Patitek. Unfortunately, nonetheless, 2 on the board now for Vitality in the second half.
It would be good for them to find a bit of stability here. This would be the first fight back, but look at, I mean, when we say bonus rounds, it barely feels like it anymore, right?
No, I mean, yeah, when you've got this with 2 Bulldogs to round it out, this is, I mean, it's close to a full purchase that you could wish for in round 3 of any half of Valorant.
I mean, look at this stack. Completely wrong place for Heretics. It's going to be a hard one to play back from. Puts a lot on Benji Fishy here, especially with that ult to boot. Runner Going to be clearing through. Spots nothing so far.
You say that though, but this is almost the ideal situation here to get no
True.
real... Oh, unless Benji can get spammed out here.
Just made it out.
Yeah, Runner
planted.
probably desperately pinging Benji's location out. But in terms of value on the way in, this is best possible scenario. It's a full 5v5 now on the back of the Yoru investment.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Mitigating all of the impact it could have had actively in the round.
This is crucial though.
Yeah, this is everything Barrel shows, and Safe goes into the next round. Mini Boo as well, outdoing Runner. This now goes to the back line. You're looking at Sender, you're looking at Kicks. You're looking at Trex as well. Stall on the spike. That's the name of the game here. Time imperative starts to tick. They got to get a move on now. Heretics can't quite get to the spike. You can see what's there. The spray, the prey, and the pull away. They can't get to it. Boo trying to just dismantle the back lines. And is that going to be enough? It might just be. They break the back lines.
Oh my God, I thought he had it.
I thought he had that too. Just in the final couple of seconds. Held on by the finest of margins.
I think it's that final gravity well that actually
It must have pulled him off
decided,
just enough.
was it? I think it was Rian's or Benji initially sticking this, and it just doesn't get to halfway. Well, it feels like Heretic have almost moved quick enough to mitigate this late post-plant pressure, or I guess value,
Yeah.
that Vitality have from this composition.
Blood.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in that I just couldn't hear the spike and how quickly
Yeah.
it was ticking already. I felt like Heretics maybe still had a second or two to play with there.
Wow. Vitality, that backline defense holding on. Mini Boo, gotta be careful here.
That is a shock dart, by the way. I don't know if you just caught that in the picture. We'll come back to that a little later, because Boo forcing his way in here. Mini Boo, the one to find Kicks, actually. That's a
find
little
that?
awkward. Look at the mini-map.
Yeah, what is going on here? This is really topsy-turvy. Unlucky observers, good luck. Pick your fights, let's see how well they do. No pressure, Zilv. Runner down on 9. He's the one kind of stuck in, I don't want to say no man's land, but a really tricky spot. Benji Fishy, the one to put him almost out of his misery here. Left to his own devices. The spike left deep in control, really, as they've already taken over A main. And Sender and Trex's position, they're going to be considering it at this point.
Yeah, enough time will pass here, and yeah, with Trex confirmed. Oh, Sender times that peak well, though.
Okay.
That's maybe one of those situations where Patitek's looking towards the minimap. He's in the back lines and maybe not expecting a player to be so split in a 2v4 situation.
Oh, but Boo, maybe not expecting them on the active angle holding that, but they are. Heretics not letting that spike go. They were willing to challenge and fight on this, and I think Trex, he knows this one isn't going to be happening for him, at least through A main. And yeah, what a topsy-turvy round. I want you to kind of talk us through what just happened there, because it did feel
10 seconds
near on bizarre as we're going to be able to save.
Yeah, ultimately it's in one of the worst rounds to see it, but I'm not sure if we will see in the replay maybe that shock dart coming through, but it's almost to plant the seeds of a B-site hit coming through fairly quickly. And if, I mean, this just so happens that Heretics are actually looking to aggress outside A, they actually catch Vitality in the act. But I mean, maybe having an indicator previously that Heretics are playing a little looser towards B, maybe Cypher's playing off-site and just relying on the spy cam for information to stack up elsewhere.
There we are.
Right here.
But definitely wasn't that shock dart. The other one, but this is how Mini Boo got the opener there, just a brute force on the way in.
30 seconds left. One enemy remains.
So yeah, we don't necessarily see. And now, actually, on the back of that, I mean, Heretics going to be pretty unaware of the shock dart potentially, but now I have two players stacked over towards B. The TP available as well for Mini Boo, and the ultimate, actually.
I'm going to look at the site now. TP gets taken. Runner's in a bit of a predicament here, actually. Yeah, he's got to be really careful. The amount of pressure on this man. He's actually been able to get out of danger, which is incredibly surprising, but position still going to be noted. Camera finally dealt with the Viper's Pit in place. 4 players for Heretics are on this site, but the fight, it kicks off. Rienz and Patitek the ones to connect so far. Flash doesn't get turned. Benji Fishy the one to capitalize on Mini Boo's utility. And Safe's lurk just feels so far away now.
Yeah, almost lost in this lurk. A 1v5. Patitek the only one softened up, but Rienz talked about him being sharp.
Yeah.
That's a killing blow to an Andalusia flawless. You've been waiting, I know you've been looking at me for the last
I was just curious if you're going to go
20
for it. I was wondering if you were going to send it for the Andalusia flawless.
There it is.
That's the one.
Oh, ticked it off now.
Yeah. Sponsors are happy.
Yeah, everyone's happy.
Everyone's happy. I missed you, Mike.
It was actually clean for me. I don't know if you just caught that. Actually,
Was it actually quite good? Was it
nice
actually
shot
nice?
from Rians. Yeah, it was.
It's always nice when our points actually matter, right?
It was a one tap from Safe's POV, but it actually looked pretty clean. I mean, Rians leading the charge for Heretics. Like I said, who quietly consistent in the series we've seen Heretics so far.
Yeah. And I think the bigger thing for me with Riens is that it looked good on LAN, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be tricky, but let's see if they can make anything of it. We'll get back to topic if they do, but looking at the damage so far on Vitality, it's going to be tricky. Soph does remove Riens, but yeah. I think it was the impact on LAN that really had me on his side. Young player looking good on it. Actually, hold on. Runner going to find Boo, and that's a rifle. Not easy to recover, but it's within touching distance. Flash goes in, Plant goes down, and they've got kicks on the ult as well. Miniboo going to put his life on the line for this. 5 HP, that's all he's got, but he's going to try and get everything he can for them. 2 players on the site. Panatek clears Sender. Yeah, back on track. Clean.
Again, just look at Miniboo's ults time and time again. It's never an overheat situation with that Yoru ult. He's happy to sit there, wait to see where Vitality settle after the fact that, you know, the reaction to the Yoru ultimate. Because they desperately want to scramble to different positions. They don't want to stack up. They don't want to be behind the Viper wall, potentially to get spammed out. Miniboo walking the line here, guaranteeing value from that sort of situation, while waiting for his teammates to be in a position for him to pop out, potentially off the back of a flash, but not seeing that value continuously from him. And another just to come back to Riens as well. It's the manner in which you see him play, the composure. You know, it's all about crosshair placement. It's all about, you know, very controlled sprays. It's never, I mean, with Miniboo, it can look a little frantic sometimes. And yeah, sure, that's exciting to watch, but it has that kind of feast or famine to it. Riens, like I said, quietly consistent. He just...
It's like the eventual winners of the event, they managed to, I think, take a map off of both of the opponents, if I'm not mistaken. Do correct me if I'm wrong. But again, a very impressive squad.
Yeah,
like,
as it stands, sorry, it's Fnatic, Paper X, Sentinels, Carmine Core.
Not bad,
and they come out of that, well, obviously in terms of the series, a 3-1 record. Hey, I'm happy, to be honest, with where Heretics sat from last year, obviously.
Where did Riens just get that on safe? Was that just down tube?
Down tube, yeah.
Fair enough. I guess it's the first time we've seen the operator being toyed with, right? We, again, haven't really seen that lent on by Heretics yet, but a nice adjustment. Maybe just going to bring it out here as a deterrent going forward, just going to pose the prospect of it.
Well, something to actually indicate some sort of, you know, tempering of the aggression, things slowing down a little bit. So I guess creating different obstacles here for Vitality to try and overcome.
Well, that's the ult for Runner, though. It's got a clear, but it should be the green light for him.
Is this... Ooh, yeah, a little bit.
He gets too scared to go for it, I guess, at this point. Would have been nice to
It looked like
have.
there with kicks as well, positioned over towards the beach there. Maybe he's trying to set up the Hunter's Fury on the back of that ultimate, but, I mean, it would have been perfect.
Yeah.
The thing it has done is drawn out the pit here. We haven't seen Riens rotate just yet, but Heretics should be in the know about this B-side here.
30 seconds
But do they know about the man at the back of the side? They don't yet. Miniboo's already here. This man is omnipresent. Hard to get around him. Benji Fishy's still standing as well. They're struggling until then. Trek's going to start removing some of the players on the site itself.
15 seconds though.
That's really nice, but they are running low on time. You're right, 15. They need to get that plant down, and look who's watching. This gets trickier. The divide going to make things a little bit easier. Could have caught a pixel there. Luckily looked away. Hot flash through doesn't swing off it. Now going to have to work in unison. Riens, Boo, and Palitek. That operator suddenly becoming a bit of an issue to try and make work at this range.
But hang on though, they're not going to have audio here.
And this becomes a horrible situation to try and play that deeper post plant. They're not going to have the same freedom. They can't fall away from the Sender and Kicks, maybe both looking towards that. You can still see the kit of utility with Kicks, but it's Sender to find Riens. And now it's down to Panatek and Boo, right? Can they get back on the site here? Sender trying to toy with the time, running that clock solo. Kicks has got his 1v1 and he wins it, but Panatek going for the defuse here as best he can. He's got it halfway. 11 HP. He's trying it. He's trying as much as he can. He's run out of time, and Vitality clinging on to the round.
Yep, no panic there, unlike me from Kicks to throw the Hunter's Fury out. It looked a little dicey on sight, but yeah, Riens. Quick to once again to find this onto safe, but what a response from Trex.
Yeah.
To find these 2 kills.
Felt like he was the swing factor in that.
Yeah.
One enemy.
Nice! Nice, boys. Come on,
Great
some
conversion
life, some
from
life.
Vitality.
Good job that we calmed down. Good.
Well, an indicator maybe of actually things feeling a little frantic so far on this half.
Well, I mean, Heretics had strung a couple rounds together, right? So it was like maybe just that little bit of a break, get that mental back in, get focused up here. They've got a lot of ults to play with, and speaking of ults, you're already seeing it come through. Trying to get that info out, forcing the TP away. And the counter on the other side, a tag on one.
The distance, though, that's not going to reach.
No. A little bit of damage, but it's not enough to really report home about.
Just the one hit onto Patstech, I believe.
I think so. It has at least allowed the plant, I guess, so... see where it ends up coming down here. Benji Fishy, with that late mid presence.
He's conscious of where Trex is playing late on this post plant.
And
A ton of information
middle.
here, yeah.
2 players coming through on middle, very, very late for Benji Fishy on this.
Somebody's got to watch the backlines here. If Runner pops out of this.
I don't know who's watching, but Benji Fishy looked away for a second. Miniboo the one to onto back. Back and forth with the go. The spray not there for Runner this time, but time's starting to tick here. And once again, this back line hard to handle. Trex finally makes his presence noted. Down on 5 HP, safe, still on the money. And Vitality turning this one back in their hands now, stretching the lead a little.
I'd love to see if actually this is the reaction on the back of Runner's information, that actually double invest behind this lurk.
Yeah, could be.
Beautifully constructive from Vitality. It gets a little worrying there when they've cut sight lines on where the plant is. And there's nobody, I guess, necessarily comfortably in main
Yeah.
to act as that safety net, the contingency. Heretics will pump the brakes a little bit here. As the finances sight and losing 4. So yeah, curious to hear that.
All right, game back on. Heretics did just take their time out as well, wanting to check in. I want to see what the change-up is. I mean, for now, it's just a big old stack towards 8. That Bulldog is in play for Boo, you're absolutely right. No judge here, no pit to play off. Is there any sort of proactive play? Runner decides to get out of dodge.
Vitality seemingly aware that Heretics might try and go for something like this out of the timeout. It's a very, I mean, as soon as you see this orb,
Yeah.
basically outside shop, it's like, yeah, they're trying something. It looks like it might just be Boo to move up and try and take that space back.
And it's actually Runner to find Miniboo. So already, Impact off the back of this, not getting away with what they wanted. They look like they're considering doubling down on this. Going to invest the ult as well. Miniboo's corpse going to be giving all that info across. Palitek on the left, and on the right, we know it already. It's going to be Boo waiting.
Big info here if that connects.
That should be pretty much all of them, but the swing together makes Palitek irrelevant, and it's just the red carpet rolled out towards the A site. Plants in place, and this is beautiful. Look at this mid-pressure as well from Kicks. Layers on layers. Vitality should be really stretching their legs now at this point. Boo, I don't think there's much to be done for him here. A 1v4 is a great deal to ask.
Of any player.
Yeah, and this should be 12. Vitality looking really, really well-rounded here.
Poison orb emitting.
I think with what happened earlier on, Boo even catching a tag here. Boo might just opt to hold on to the upgrade, nonetheless. The Bulldog he brought in, but Kicks might catch him here. Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
This Runner will fall. I think still, yeah, the funds available here for 5 rifles on the side of Vitality. On the side of Heretics, not so much.
It's just the TP attempt there. Seemed a little one-dimensional, as Vitality were fully aware of what was going on, especially after, I think it was Boo was very shouldering at the start.
I didn't even catch that at the start. Where's that TP sent from? Has it travelled past the Vitality player?
I think it did, if I'm honest.
Did he start on A site?
Yeah, I believe so.
So this has come straight through main, yeah.
It just seems, maybe not. Maybe there was some layers to this that just didn't land.
If you get confirmation or some value on that initial poison orb going down, you know that Miniboo's going to be played in on something like that, but yeah, felt a little desperate.
And now,
Poison's off.
one more round of Vitality. Probably caused, I don't want to say an upset necessarily, but maybe caught a couple people off guard here. Heretics walking through Fnatic, putting up good performances internationally. But maybe Breeze just isn't in that map pool as much as they thought it was. For now, Vitality putting on a show for us, starting to see some of those real tangibles we were looking for here. And again, testing the waters in A and just didn't like what they found.
TP already sent across from Miniboo though, so as soon as there's any sort of indicator towards B, I'm not sure Trex has been spotted yet. But where the spy cam is and where Benji's positioned, not going to know of any presence here. Already preemptive. The spy cam will at least catch the audio cue.
Okay, 30 seconds.
Now it gets a little problematic.
Yeah, they've got to break through this. The reveal, I mean, again, I want to see on the side here because they're going to depend on a little bit of utility to try and keep them in some sort of safety. But finally, we see Safe Slug really paying off there. At least getting one. Taking away Miniboo is big.
No spike down just yet.
Yeah, you're right. 13 seconds. I thought they just had that down, but it's not the case. Can't spam this one yet either. Benji Fishy creeping closer towards that pit. They've got to try and sweep this somehow. Hoping that some of that utility lands, and it does to an extent. Right now, they can start sweeping this. Pit's going to fall back. What do they have to depend on? One shock dart, I think, is all that's really there. And actually, no, tell a lie, not even in place at this point. Buying a little bit of time, but time is of the essence. And Heretics need to get a move on here. Boo's going to clear out Sender, but it's Runner to answer back. Down and looking at just Kicks. Kicks and Runner. How much time? It is not towards halfway. Rien's going to take away Runner, but it's all on Kicks in a 1v1. Boo desperately wants it to half, and he's going to get it halfway. But that's all he's going to get here. Surely 2 bullets is all they needed. Kicks to confirm, and Vitality picking up Breeze.
I mean, I'll have comfort across the pool.
Yes.
There's nothing really that it feels like, you know, they shy away consistently from. They're not afraid to bring out some quirky comps as well.
Yep.
But we come now to Sunset, where both teams have had success. A 3-1 record for both teams.
Should be good.
And a little bit of a switch up here, and I'm all for the Gecko.
Yeah, same, and we can kind of dive into that and see its validity, and already you're seeing, well, how little Boo could see in that situation. Already Sight not quite under control, and Boo gonna find Runner very early on here. Denial on the spike plant too, so Wingman not gonna have his way.
Strange exchange here, but Safe.
Back to me.
Is he looking to slip into market here? Not caught by
God, they're so close.
over, yeah, very, very close, but numbers advantage, and look at the HP bars as well on the right side of the screen.
Okay, he's seen it. It naturally saves, absolutely saved the day. He's made this look pretty much done. That round looked wrapped until Safe found so much value then. 3 critical kills. And Benji Fishy now, I don't know how you're meant to pressure this. I mean, normally it takes a lot of utility and, you know, mistakes, and they're already getting that mid lurk going. They're already going to get that flank on the way. Oh, Benji Fishy, this one's not looking like it's for you. No, absolutely not. And keep in mind, they had so many players there, Mike, and to not consider market is surprising.
And this is the thing with Benji's position deeper at top mid. Again, the utility's not here, it's invested over towards A site. To have 4 players here, kind of exposed to this angle, nobody wrapping back through market to retake that control, and with Benji Fishy not pick approach will be, then market becomes pivotal.
Thrash is there as well, which is...
The problem being now, I'm going to see Vitality potentially walk through mid and look to take that control away. We've seen an adjustment here of Benji's utility.
And the pace in which they're doing this, they're going to be pinched, they're going to have nowhere to back to. Fortunately, Pattek saved them in this to give them somewhere to fall away to, right? Falls away towards Pillar, but Center does find Rien's. Now, site-wise, they've... managing to identify all of the loose threads in middle.
Exactly the response you want to see, and maybe this is just an example of the stars aligning for them, but you can see here Benji's adjustment of utility, a trip inside market here. And even so, I think Trex's knife even initially connected onto Benji to remove that utility. Now things will slow down just a little bit. Kicks. Also the map. Knife will keep Heretics guessing here. Trax, you don't want to see him fall immediately. I mean, he goes for 1-for-1. See the plant will come through, allowing Kicks to distance himself just a little bit from this. It's a wide open plant as well, so not too telling.
But I like the Boo's playing CT, right? Just playing safe.
Oh, actually, I don't like it now. I don't like it now.
Yeah,
he's definitely heard the
room.
steps of Benji.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Okay. I mean, Pattek a hero of the round because that got really dicey. I was wondering if he even let them pass on the first go there.
Yeah. I mean, we call this the sort of sassy trademark now, but this is the sort of thing that you can really achieve with the Gecko. Have a plant come through, distance yourself, and play in a really, really tricky spot. So Wasn't like it initially that rotation coming through as deep as it was, but you see it, Boo didn't overstep the mark in that regard. Because again, you put Kicks into a position where he can find Boo and then get himself a comfortable 1v2 from elsewhere. There's so much of a gap in that rotation.
Yeah.
That it leaves a load of questions for Heretics on the reapproach.
See what we've got here. Is this meant to be? I want to see what Mini Boo does with this. Again, he could have a fight on it potentially. Yeah, deep smoke for the one way. And Mini Boo gonna push relatively far on this, keeping safe the ult orb picked up. But it does mean that they can't really keep an eye towards middle here. So as you highlighted earlier, that adjustment and utility from Benji Fishy pretty paramount to keeping this in hand.
Rians will catch him for on the back of that. The Roombot dealt with quickly and able to protect the tripwire as well. So even if Heretics have to concede some of this space, still going to have that to fall back on.
Sana.
And a very different pace to this round too.
Yeah, Vitality just looking to, I guess, get the lay of the land in round 4.
I'm just looking to see where they decide to commit to. I mean, you do. Oh, okay, I guess.
Minimap moment, I think, from Rians, yeah, which is bizarre because he's walked right in front of the door.
But Boo's found safe. So do they pivot? Do they commit? This is now going to be so topsy-turvy because Patatek's here too. He's going to hear all this. Pops the ult as well. It's going to make it very difficult.
That's
25
huge.
seconds.
That's going to slow things down.
I mean, Trex just took away Boo though, so he is somewhat alone. But fortunately for him, Mini Boo's going to fill that gap towards Shore, keep him safe. Hopefully, no. Sender's broken back in. Now Patatek on a platter. Sender. The timing was perfect. And now it's once again Benji Fishy a million miles away.
Spike planted.
Patatek is down, just to confirm. May not look like it, but...
What's he doing?
Last player standing.
Can we get a replay on that?
it's a
just for
standing nap.
Yeah. Oh.
But yeah, I'm a little confused as to what's happened with Boo here, to be honest, because obviously the ult comes through from Patatek, and you want him to be the one to take first contact in that situation.
Yeah.
And Boo looked as if he was TPing. I don't know if he TPs up onto the box or where he actually ended up landing there, but he dies coming back down off the box, which I'm pretty sure has a smoke on top of it. So a little bizarre to see that.
Yeah. Benji Fishy looking just to keep this rifle. And Vitality. Again, that round felt like it was going back and forth quite some way, but Sender with a real bailout here. But this was the start of it. And again, Boo did really well to find safe. Oh.
This is on the back of the paranoia.
Yeah.
He's looking to send the paranoia with Patatek's null command coming through.
Thank you, observers.
Thank you very much for including that one. A crucial moment.
It's my favourite bit. Let me have my happiness, Michael. Well, here we are. Hero rifle with Benji Fishy. You a believer?
I could be convinced.
I like that. That's a very political answer.
Well, I mean, we've seen it before.
0 to 3. Let's see.
Standing ahead.
Oh, I'm not looking convinced just yet.
Not a good start.
He's alive though. He's alive. That's the first. I mean, taking the time in Vitality, kind of pausing a little bit, right? It's went for that early take. Maybe noting the rifle was enough that they want to kind of keep them guessing. Still got options to play with Sender. Smoke just going to be invested now.
Shadows here.
Looking to re-hit through market.
Toxins, poison orb.
Bye, Boo. Safe, forging the path. Mini Boo fancies a go, and the brothers in arms laying towards the top and middle. And you can see Benji Fishy just catching one on the cross. They kind of know what's going on here,
He
but
hears the TP as well, yeah.
there's not much you can do to stop
No.
this, really. Vitality running the map really well. Playing towards top middle. Benji Fishy trying it. And actually,
Player standing.
almost made me a believer.
Yeah.
Almost. Patatek did get a rifle, but couldn't quite bring it through in time to find both remaining players. Vitality again, racking up rounds now.
Seemingly looking in control as well. I think with those initial rounds, I mean, the paranoia's always got to be about this sort of execution toward B side, which just feels so, cut and dry now for what we see on this map. Like I said, create that little bit of a pocket, a little bit of safety. And I mean, even just here, look where it draws Heretics into. It either draws them into a brawl on B main or commitment towards a retake. And if Vitality don't really have to burn up too much util on the way in, that becomes very uncomfortable when you have 4 players sat in main with utility, ready to dump it on the spike.
And look at the layers to this now. Heretics trying to maybe, I don't know, throw a spanner in the works because they're trying to get aggressive down middle. Yeah, it burns a little bit of the kit, but not much. Kicks gets that back anyway in, what, 10 seconds? So no harm, no foul for Vitality here. In the meantime, Safe couldn't really deal with that knife, so has to kind of sit back and be noted. But again, this default start from Vitality is just burning down that utility just bit by bit.
Again, though, it's not that big of an indicator that it's safe to be revealed by the knife. But it has drawn a rotation. I guess with a lack of presence towards market, which actually might change in just a moment between Sender and Boo. And I guess as well on the back of that, Trex being noted. His utility investment.
Oh, look at this pathing. They've got the green light.
Oh, it's perfect as well.
And he's going to find Miniboo on this one. And now they've got the perfect pinch on the site. There's a lot of bodies here, though, still. I don't know if they're going to be fully aware of this. Patatek is still here, and he gets the timing to perfection. Safe, the only one to get one back. It's out on the Sender and kicks. I mean, Rien's digging his heels into this. He's barely alive. Sender gets out of danger. Ooh, I say
bold.
that.
I don't think you wanted to TP up there, no.
No, but getting Patatek out of that position is difficult. Rien's just trying to still be relevant to this, and Patatek made a meal out of that. Rien's is saving this round for Heretics so far, but his kicks in a 1v2. With Wingman getting the plant, there's chances again, Mike.
Benji's got his ult, so I think they want to try and reposition back here. Kicks seemingly aware initially. You see the ping here for the body, yeah. Neural Theft will come out.
It's a name fight he wants.
Second ping's going to be telling.
Oh, but he's isolated one. The 1v1 not going to get it in the end. Benji Fishy will deny him clutching that up, but still, heroics from Rienz in that round, it felt like, to even get that back on track. It wasn't comfy for Heretics.
No, it wasn't. It comes down to one player. I think 900 credits total taken out of this round. And it's only a second on the board. Beautiful awareness, I guess, of how Heretics have adjusted on the defensive side here. But that gap was going to be available.
Let's go, baby. Come on, boy. Come on.
So yeah, 2 successful retakes now.
And I actually do want to note something. Just pause for thought here. I want to keep track on this throughout the game, though. This has been the first real challenge we've seen from Miniboo, who's normally running, right? This guy is, I've rarely seen him have a quiet game. He is on
he has
0-6.
one mode. He has one mode.
So I want to see how well he does if he's now been challenged here. Already dealt with, put down. Safe has had his number here. Gonna take away Miniboo and open up that man advantage right off the rip. You couldn't ask for a better beginning.
But open up the map as well. That being your lurker. Safe over on a solo mission to take away Miniboo. Rienz does find a response. The spy cam there as well, so can give up that space for the time being. Yeah, I guess after that initial adjustment, though, Heretics not really getting too much value in terms of Benji's utility here. Well, at least Vitality not playing into it. Now exploring towards A, a couple of late round hits as well have left Heretics guessing.
Boo needs to call in the cavalry now.
Welcome to my world.
Pit's going to come down, and it should cover just enough of the site, but
Ooh, just a slither, though.
not much, yeah, which... Are they using this just to cross through? I mean, they've got 30 seconds. They kind of have to.
It does give them a pocket, but yeah, Lil Bo's not going to get that.
No, absolutely not. Spike's back in hand, but 20 seconds down. Patatek looking to see how he can play this, right? Like, if he goes on the side, kicks, reads it so easily. Maybe a little unnecessary, not even a tap on the spike if I'm not mistaken. But Boo with a big shot takes away Trex. It's down to a 2v2, even. Spike is in, they've got time on their side. Sender and kicks. Needs to secure the site. Oh, Benji Fishy. There's the time for him to swing in. Nicely done. As Heretics start clawing the game back, but it's not pretty, Mike, but they're getting rounds on the board.
No, this feels... Well, I'm not sure what it feels like, to be honest with you. If that's the initial plan, to have that sort of space to play with, and seemingly looking for the free plant on the back of the utility, with nothing in towards elbow here.
Yep, don't know.
If that is a set piece, or maybe there's some sort of variable here that we've not spotted. Because, yeah, other than that, it looks like that's a play to get up in towards connector and really run through the backline, catch the
That's
rotation.
what I was imagining, like maybe it is like not a fake really, but just used in a different manner, because that felt, I don't know, maybe just not quite what they wanted from it. But again, if you're Heretics, you're not exactly loving what you're doing either. You're getting back in the game, absolutely, but these rounds have been right down as close as they could get. And Miniboo's having a nightmare of a map, 0-7. Not one of the players you normally see not finding comfort, not finding a way into the game, and I think it's just been somewhat read by Heretics here. Expecting Vitality to pressure towards top middle. They've already got 3 players dedicated towards this. Maybe the lack of attention on the extremity. No fight this time from Safe, or whatever the indicator may be. Vitality taking a slower beginning here.
Poison's off.
Also, just to note that as well, maybe this is a reason we see Heretics slow things down, play a little more passively, because we're not seeing Heretics really put Miniboo in the danger zone, sent out hunting or exploring anywhere. Very much tailored towards retakes on both sides.
There we go. This is the correct site Heretics have stacked. Vitality are committing to, oh, look at the spam. So difficult to cross. VenjiFishy the one to capitalize on that first player forward, which was Runner. Plant obviously not going to come through just yet. Ascender waiting on the side to try and maybe be that next layer. Flashed in the swing. He's going to find VenjiFishy. Needs a bit more, can't get it. Re-ends is where it stops. Plant should come through. I think Wingman's got that one covered.
Hang
but
on,
I'm
Safe
looking at
is-
Safe here. How's he got into this position? Re-ends
Imposter mode.
is going to be gutted. Yeah, he absolutely is. No idea how the hell Safe just got to that position again. Maybe that gap in market being another issue here. Thrash coming through, this one almost puts the cherry on the top of the cake here. I don't know what Boo and Patatek want to do to try and disrupt this back line, to try and get them out of these positions.
Still got a snakebite to work with as well.
Not really gonna, not doing much for this one. Safe comfy with it. Patatek can't even really spam into this either with that Guardian. Yeah, dealt with, kicks. Gets it. But where the hell did Safe come from?
Safe has to have come through mid here. He must have just been able to,
tiles. I remember him at tiles, and then he appeared in their spawn.
And we also see a 4th player commit towards this rotation as well. It's only 1 player for Heretics, Boo, committed towards anchoring on A site. So Safe, like I said, just able to slip
Look
into.
at him. Yeah, he was top mid then, creeping round.
Yeah, so I was pretty confident that market control was firmly under Patatek's banner for the entirety of that.
Super good round. Super good round.
The vitality almost for Heretics. Especially then when you throw Miniboo's ultimate in the mix.
Well, let's see if it's road to recovery for Vitality. Timeout should have given them some ideas of what they want to do here. Dizzy back in hand, noting that early presence, allowing for the 2 to clear through. Get that orb.
Now the knife did catch Benji outside B here. Safe has also found further confirmation here. We're speaking to mid. So Vitality well equipped, at least at the start of this round.
Yeah, but I like this pause.
Yeah,
though.
I was going to say potentially the second wave. What does that look like?
Letting it simmer a bit.
Flash over the top from Trex and kicks. Again, yeah, Heretics hadn't played back in just yet.
Nope.
So nobody isolated on the back of that utility.
Take flight.
Running this relatively late. I'm trying to indicate this A piece,
We have
but
to find something now because there's 40 seconds left on the clock.
yeah, and they've not really made much progress towards a site here. A little bit towards middle. I think they're looking to end towards B, considering where the spike is. With 30 seconds, they're going to have to make this one really count. 3 players
30
already
seconds
waiting.
left.
You see the
towards
pings
CT
coming through
side.
here, yeah. I think there's going to be the paranoia to come through market, yeah.
Away we go. 20 seconds. The spike has not crossed. They need to get towards the site pretty
Look at
soon.
this stall.
18, and now they're in. Vitality is still here as well. They're playing towards the back of the pillar. 10 seconds now. Keep your eyes on this one. Safe swings out, finds 2. Masses of value, but VenjiFishy's still here. And he's got to get towards the plant as well. Boo needs to be the bodyguard, and he can't quite handle the pressure. It's down to Rienz and VenjiFishy. How much can they do? Not enough. Vitality playing to the clock. Going to get the defuse. They're back in this game with 3 standing.
Really good mid-round protocols from Vitality. Honestly, Heretics, like I said, able to evade that, I guess mitigate as much of the risk as possible by not really jumping the gun in terms of finding a response.
Yeah.
early on, but yeah, there's, and even just looking at this, it feels a little
10 seconds.
frantic, a little chaotic. And where Heretics have previously found some success in that, this one, you have the pressure of the clock. This is very different to some of, some of the faster hits we saw on Breeze, for example, where it's, first 20, 25 seconds, everybody committing towards the site here.
Yeah.
This one, the clock's the clock is the deciding factor.
I'm not going to find what they want, but Kick's waiting. Trying to maybe play and runner off this. Dizzy, not going to get any
but
info.
spotted.
But yeah.
And Sender actually takes a ton of damage
Where's he
behind
damage
runner
from?
there.
Yeah.
I don't know,
just
maybe
stand
they
on
were
the corner?
spamming onto runner's jump peak and Sender's the one to eat it up.
It looks quite similar to last round to an extent, but I
Yeah.
wonder what the change is now coming back through.
Now actually looking as if the paranoia is going to be invested towards Sender, actually. Yeah, identifying that he's probably going to take this space after the early aggression. No confirmation off the owl drone, though, so not going to be able to catch him. And no ping, actually, on the minimap, so they don't even note his reposition.
No, but re-smoking top middle, trying to maybe sell him. Still don't know what's happening, but this is quiet progress. The knife, I don't know how much I got.
Just two,
probably
I think.
two.
Yeah.
I think it's two.
Which is enough to call the rotation. Now they're walking
Yes.
into the site where actually runner has the showstopper, and he can post it into this smoke on the choke point.
30 seconds left.
Going to go for the paint shell first. Sender is lower, and actually the flash was exceptional, but no
How's Sender
kill.
alive?
Huh?
They're stood next to each other.
They have no idea. How is Sender hit? And now he dies! And Heretics fall into the showstopper. This, again, these rounds are so strange. And look who's back in his known position. Miniboo needs to make some damage happen, and he is! Heretics
Last
still
player
firing off
standing.
here in a 1v1. Benji Fishy up against Safe. The rookie against the veteran. And how does he play it now? 21 kills for Benji Fishy. Did he see a barrel? I think he did! Benji Fishy outdoing Safe here. Putting Heretics one round closer.
Okay, but show me again how Miniboo has come flying out of elbow. Yeah, so this is the confirmation here at the start. Yeah,
Oh,
Sender
okay,
to eat
spammed
it on
on
the
it.
backside of the jump peak, but this was... Oh, the flash
The
catches! Oh my god.
That was hilarious. And the fact he still dies.
Yeah, yeah, that's tough. Again, even, down to 26 HP after that initial damage taken at the start of the round, but Heretics now 11, and this is the eventuality that I was talking about. Now, Vitality are in a must-win round, it feels like,
Yep.
and they're struggling in terms of the equipment at their disposal.
But I like this mid walk. It's the first time we're actually seeing the Heretics kind of go for a more simplistic B approach, right? This is the first time we've seen that. Now we get the pressure on the back lines, but how do they deal with the utility that Benji Fishy committed earlier on to keep that back line safe? I don't know how you do it. And Miniboo get in their faces. A little bit dangerous when that rifle
Hang
could
on.
get dropped in very reachable positions. Palitek now on an island, and now here comes the pinch. They're tucked on the side. They can't really back away from this. Palitek trying to delay at least one side. He's got to keep back two players, though. Boo's going to find runner. Can't quite convert on towards the other, but still overwhelmed by Rienz. This is ridiculous. And now we look at what they've got here. Sender's got that rifle, as does Kicks. They've made something out of nothing.
Yeah, but the plant's in the spot right against the wall where it's a
Very
pretty
difficult.
easy spam.
How are they going to get that defused now?
Yeah, you can see desperately Kicks is looking for an angle to try and find a cheeky defuse.
Player standing.
Recon going to come through, but Sender's found Boo blind.
That'll do the job. And the defuse, it ain't stopping. Rienz can't deny. He can't deny it. Kicks gets away with the defuse right under their nose.
Must-win round.
And they won
Called it.
I mean, the proactive play down middle worked off really well. Like, that was, you couldn't dream of it going any better. The timing of them as well, just going very simplistically towards that B site. The crunch, everything worked out so well.
So how that initial kill comes through. Obviously, know that it was Kicks, I believe, that brings the rifle into this round.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, after that initial contact is taken, to come out of that situation in a 4v3 for Vitality, you're absolutely lucky.
Into this game.
I mean, potentially we're on the brink of a snowball round as well for Heretics, so
Yep.
even with that gap, they can maybe play with it a little bit. You come into the next one with potentially an old command and a Hunter's Fury regardless. Mini boot Only 2 orbs away himself.
Right here.
I guess actually the key component on the other side of that is Trexamir's ultimate. He's able to shut down as much of that as possible in the next round, because called round 20 a must-win. Vitality have to follow through now. If they want to keep this alive and potentially push towards a 2-0.
I think Heretics this round kind of pausing, hoping something gets presented to them. Rienz does find Trex, so Trex not going to be happy with that.
You did good.
And looking, do they go further? Yeah, the spam off the back from Kicks was excellent. But look who slipped through, Miniboo. How much does one man get from this, though? They can let him cook here, and he's got himself a rifle.
They've taken all this space in B main, though, so...
Ooh. The timing from Boo there, not good enough. Just gonna caught drifting. Yeah, Vitality, safe in the end. Couple of threats, though, Mike.
Definitely was. I think Boo, again, he's so far away from this, he's not expecting a double swing to come out. Only a Sheriff in hand, sure, but... maybe on the brink of that round I was alluding to. Just the 1 orb missing now for a full house. A stacked deck for Heretics. But the problem being, I mean, with Vitality playing back into this, they have a buy or 2 under their belt now. Feels a little...
Oh, Runner. Runner,
He's
that
deep.
paranoia.
He's very deep.
Very deep indeed. Gonna start backing away from that, but a stack off the back? 4 players towards B.
I like this. So yeah, they collapse immediately in towards maybe the contingency of securing B site.
And that Viper's Pit was safe might be enough that they keep them feeling secure, but I mean, that's a lot on one man.
It's not invested just yet.
No. That'd be a reactionary piece, but
Maybe now that they're not
Christ's sake.
hearing anything, this is bold.
this goes too far. He gets away with it, but I don't know how.
Now he's got a pit. Oh, just looking to slow down with the snake bite. You want to
man,
secure sight with this,
he's so
or maybe
ice
cut off
cold.
elbow?
I don't know. But maybe just keeping it for... I mean, there's options, but the guy has just got, like, ice in his veins to not feel pressured by that at all. Even drifting deeper. If he went down, that was wraps. And now they've noticed 2 more players. Trex is seeing quite a lot of that. Yeah, they get no work done here. Heretics are just being held at the door. They can't clear pillar. They've got no pressure elsewhere.
Big info. Yeah, they're going to assume this is the heavier stack, sure. Not necessarily in a position to capitalize on the other side of the map. Safe now over towards top mid.
This looks like a save.
Yeah.
It's just
I mean, they just don't have the time to roll the dice on A site.
I've got to say, Safe played that like...
10
I
seconds
mean,
left.
It's,
he
I mean,
played like he knew, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
so disciplined. You find Boo, like I said, you're potentially looking for maybe the lurker there. If it's Benji on the other side, I think it makes sense not to
Yeah.
invest the pit. But the fact that it's Boo, sure, it's an omen. I mean, ultimate's there. You may be
Yeah.
reading into that he's
Maybe.
maybe a late round piece as well. But
Credit
yeah,
to
it's just
him, though.
so frugal for him to maintain that and still have the opportunity to invest it where you can maybe guarantee value off the back of it, and it's not necessarily a throw it out.
yeah. That's
On a
so
whim.
impressive. And now we're starting to see this really snowbally round for both sides almost. I mean, Runner's still not got his. Sender doesn't quite have his yet. Now,
Look at
Runner's
the
the one
money,
that's
though.
missing, but you're right. The money is there, and I'm already seeing an
Ultimate's
operator
there,
out.
but
This is the key round, right? This is the one that matters. And the pace change from Heretics. They're looking to go right towards Safe, who was the Iceman from the round before, didn't feel phased. Now, he has to respect it. Forced further back, and Miniboo going to try and take the site.
the snake bite go in there? Yes, it did.
Did. Safe got to be careful, not get pressured. Rien's trying to allow some safety.
Find anything? Yeah, it's one
Attack.
tag.
You'll take what you get at this point. We can see what's invested all the way back through. Runner going to step
Same
forward.
tripwire.
Again, it's working wonders. Miniboo is going to be detained. Though spam comes out, but Benji Fishy still, this man is a monster from this position. That corner's his now. It's been named.
This has consistently been an issue, though.
It's Benji's
And this
corner.
regress back through from spawn. A
God.
total pace change. A sucker punch for Vitality to try and sponge here. Another kill
Oh my
comes
God,
through.
I didn't even see it.
Yeah, Boo.
Let's go!
Has he suffered 2 of those
Let's
now?
go, baby! Nice!
In the 11th hour,
Literally.
after Vitality found a little bit of comfort, 3 rounds on the bounce. Well,
pace,
Heretics
Michael.
now feeling like they want to follow through with this.
Yeah, Miniboo, never down, never out. He wants in, wants the gap closed, wants to try and chase down Sender. Kicks gets sent running away, and Sender overwhelmed. There was nowhere to back to. He was left alone at site. Kicks couldn't save him, no one could. And now Kicks safe and Trek's gonna have to try and work this back in, or Heretics have snuck this one away. The pit finally invested, but to what use?
Yeah, to what avail? Not gonna be an awful lot. Not even really giving yourself a firm grasp back onto site, finally dealing with that tripwire before it finds a kill. That set will be noted, but it's an exchange of utility that doesn't really favor Vitality.
Okay, save, show us something. You
Last
still need
player
more
standing.
though. Kicks just fell, it's all on you, and he can't quite do enough. As you said, in that 11th hour.
This go the distance here, credit to Vitality, absolutely. To take Breeze, obviously keep Sunset as close as it was, in my eyes, probably should have won Sunset.
I kind of agree.
Like I said, there's a few rounds that Heretics able to scrape through with a clutch here and there, and had no business winning, really.
And Benji Fishy in his little corner for about 4 rounds.
That damn trip.
That damn trip. All right, Palatech. He's in a little bit of trouble now. He's got support though. 3 other players weighing near enough by. Dizzy should see, and oh dear, Runner has absolutely smashed Palatech.
One suppressed.
Catches a glimpse of Boo as well.
Look at the progress on the other side of the map.
But I was going
though.
to say, yeah, the fact that he spotted a second, potentially third player here means Safe can really pick up the pace.
So I like this
Benji.
recheck. Benji Fishy very heads up to at least recheck on that. Maybe feeling there was no pressure coming through
Doesn't
on
give his
B-Long.
life away as well. Down to 67 HP, has to respect this progress made now. There's no utility to stop the plant or even delay this, really. And looking at the minimap, the fact that it's only one scene and it's a killjoy means that the rotation comes through quite late here.
30 seconds left.
Oh, what do
Well,
they have?
I'd say rotation comes through quite late, so does the plant.
Yeah, that took a minute. And for the top side. Ooh, Safe though, gonna find Benji Fishy. That Sheriff now coming into effect. Oh, Rienz hits that. Again, this just feels like some of these fights are going the way it shouldn't, but now Boo left, well, struggling to find deeper impact into this round. A 1v3 will be very difficult here. And a nice attempt, but not gonna be much more than an attempt here. Very nice pivot off the back of the space that Safe managed to garner for them over towards A.
Yeah, like I said, and timed it perfectly as well. The fact that obviously this information is relayed on that recheck and Boo is spotted, I don't believe a second player, but you could maybe argue
One enemy
the assumption is there.
Team A.
Yeah, Safe's the one to really secure this round. And that space gained on the other side. There'll be a Sheriff thrown in here for Rians.
Stage's walls are coming down.
I see a second now for Boo. Navi-esque old buy here.
Sana, Sana.
2 pistols here for Sender and Safe.
And again, does Safe get to thread the needle? I'm pretty sure he's heard the steps backing away from the site, so I wonder how long they sit on this. Or do they commit regardless? This time, looks like a commitment, but denial on the first attempt of the plant. That's Wingman held back. And Safe didn't make the same level of progress here. Not a million miles away, but again, drawing all players over. What does Kicks have for us?
Blow him up, Marsh.
I mean, 2 players down on ground level here. Will be forced into the open potentially, but no wide swing coming through on the back of the mosh pit.
No, looking to get Safe potentially in a better position. The timing of that. I think Benji Fishy might have considered it, but no, not early enough at all. Safe again, this lurk is filthy. Heretics were in the right place, but Safe is just continuing to unravel them with a ghost.
30 seconds
Oh, and
left.
he wants a bit more. Not going to get past Boo, but still, his job should be done. He's done everything you could possibly ask.
Spike planted.
Finding that much with the Ghost. Around here where there's 3 rifles invested elsewhere. Finally, the plant comes through. Yeah, pretty difficult for Boo and Rians to find anything, but they are the 2 with Sheriffs. So if they can do some damage potentially.
Last player
Oh,
standing.
Kicks. Just kicks him in the side of the head. Rienz goes down. Boo now. Fidget spinners aren't going to get you too far. 4 players against you, and they are wanting to remove you from the server. That, however, is a denial. And these are the 3 remaining rifles, so you don't want to risk those too much. And no, Sender just sprays in, gonna catch him. 3 stand. The 3 rifles they wanted to invest into as well, so they don't really lose much from this. If anything, gotta say, Safe just nasty in these last couple of rounds. Really, I mean, the first one finding all the space, right? He's the one who played that timing perfectly towards A, hitting that lurk.
All the kills.
And then round 2, finds everything they need kill-wise, with that mid-pressure coming out. You couldn't ask for a better start from him. And now they've got kicks with his ult as well, so they can really space take, like, if they want something on the map, they can pretty much take it.
The first stab towards A site here, an adjustment here being Benji over towards B now. A utility won't be noted early on. What will be noted is the positioning here of Rians and Miniboo.
What can you do to stop this? Well, that will help. Boo gonna find a runner as he tried to make the most of getting around that corner. Work off the back of the timing from Kix' ult. Again, keep your eyes towards Safe. His lurks are just giving me nightmares.
I mean, obviously there's a poison orb to cover the cross here, but nobody to pick up the other side of it. So whether or not he can find value, I think Heretics is going to be seemingly aware of the possibility somebody slipped through. But now, if they do decide to rotate towards B, or faking the steps away, and maybe it's just going to be Sender to try and create a little bit of pressure elsewhere, to try and play, ultimately, Safe in on this lurk.
At the moment, Safe currently is just kind of relay of information, right? It's, do I hear steps on rotation? Do I know anyone moving anywhere? And with no one moving, they could maybe extrapolate that they're going towards a favorable site, right? There is still the utility here, though.
Left.
That is a factor. But then he gets to try and get the presence. He's going to note these steps now. He knows they're going to be rotating off the back of this, but they should have a favorable site to work towards. But whether or not they can land this is yet to be seen. With that sort of flash of a push, they certainly could until then. Denial on the plant. 13 seconds, it's getting close here. Kix might have to give up a whole lot for that. Letting his life get chunked down, and now we look for the lurk. They haven't seen Safe. They've got to know he's a problem somewhere. Rian's considering it. This time, turret's still in play. Trex does find Boo, down to 3v3 now, and look at the timing on that! The push and the pull here. As soon as their attention gets drawn away, then he strikes. Benji Fishy answering back. This is back and forth the whole way, and now Safe tries to lean in. Miniboo's caught him. Perfect from Miniboo. And man, they were made to work for that.
Definitely were. He's Safe playing the timing to perfection. Doesn't give away the game too early. Doesn't pull the trigger, obviously, as soon as that rotation comes off A site. And like you said, the push and pull, that's the perfection in terms of the timing coming through. 2-1 now. The response comes through from Heretics.
Alright, that's quite nice.
See there on the X-ray how much Safe was going to find on the other side of that peak. I guess in that position, it does then become the one and done, right? Unless there's going to be any other side of a second piece to the puzzle, I guess, for Vitality, but nobody's really going to try and bail him out from that situation.
No. 2-1 now. Got Safe one away from his lockdown. Boo one off from the res. Riens does have ult ready to go. Back to me. He's going to have to back away from this Kix. An early tester towards B, but no commitment behind it. You're seeing them kind of shifting away from this. It's going to be that Outlaw. Has anyone got light armor? Yeah, a couple actually do. So only Miniboo and Riens opting for the full armor. So it could be effective in this. Safe's given that opportunity. I don't know how much he's going to get played into this, though. No one's really looking for those sort of picks here. But they're very paranoid about a lurk.
They definitely are. Exploring mid now, and this is sort of round where really you want to see Heretics try and figure out that sort of thing. Boo! Oof! Give up the space, nearly punished on the retreat.
Been stalled out here. Not crossed the site at all. Maybe banking a little on the pressure from Sender towards Tube, I think that is. Yeah. I don't know what you're meant to do, though, because you're still going to have the turret there for Benji Fishy, so it's not going to really allow you safe passage. The Dizzy up high, no one going to swing off the back, but they're still going to hold the site. 14 seconds, they're running low. Sender decides it's time to strike here. Benji Fishy should have his number, but now Plant is down. Look at him, ooh, safe needs to get out of there, and he does. Still staying close enough by, though. Vitality aren't really backing away from the site, not sitting deep. Boo looking like he's considering the res here, but where's he going for this one?
Considers
Get
the
Mini Boo
safer.
back.
Yeah. Back to a 3v3, yes. Trex and Sender tagged up. 4 HP down. Safe actually forced off the angle here.
Sender's still got utility. He's got time to be bought. And Safe punishing Boo. Is down to Mini Boo and Benji Fishy doing well on the one, but they still need to get towards that defuse. Trex down low, swings it. Beautiful from Mini Boo. Full faith from Benji Fishy. Didn't stop for a second. Heretics closing back into this now. Nice close game between these two here.
And the ability here to really, I guess, reset for just a moment to find that res. But like you said, the awareness is there already. I think Heretics are going to have their head on a swivel now. And probably happy to give up initial site control, I guess, unless they have a comfortable fight.
Oh my God! Tommy! Holy!
Weird, the audio cut out there on the
Funny that
clip, yeah.
I wonder what.
Don't know.
Shame. Nice
Subtitles,
CPGL's
maybe.
audio engineer found a new job though. Shout out to you. He did it because he probably swore, right, before there's like a Reddit thread. Bye though, Mike. What are we making of the Stingers and the Outlaw here? Yes, that sort of feeling, huh?
Well, I mean, they've got themselves on a site. I was going to say the initial concern would be finding a ranged engagement that feels comfortable.
Spike planted.
Runner still trying to make use of the Bulldog at this point, but now actually they're in a position where the lockdown comes through pretty early on, ahead of the null command as well.
Okay, but they got to get moving if they want to commit to this, and Gix is right there. Trying to get that defuse on the go here. The lockdown still ticking, finally gets dealt with. But look at the bodies just littered on the floor here. Runner still trying to stand and hold, and Sender can't do any more. That was so messy, but it works out in the end. They make it through the absolute gauntlet that was that A site.
Yeah, and the wall and the wingman in combination to secure the defuse coming through here. There's a moment where this lockdown, I don't know what was left on the clock, but
Not much. It was very much down to the wire.
that almost became really, really awkward. So you had the situation where wingman was defusing the whole time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's when you don't really want to see the assumption coming through that the lockdown will prevent the defuse.
Speaking of lockdowns, Benji Fishy now has his. Kick still with his ult here. I think he's had it for a little while, unless he's actually got it back from when I last noted it. At this point, though, Rien's going to be identified early with the knife, so staying propped up on this, maybe played in off the back of a flash, but let's see if that comes in. As it stands, just a test of the nerve over towards the B site. Rien still gets to linger around with Mini Boo. They're getting curious here. That's enough of a tell. The flash and the Dizzy. Gonna lose out on that. Won't be able to pick that one back up.
No harm, no foul, though. No damage really exchanged here. Heretics drifting a little deeper. Still comfortable behind the Viper wall. Now, actually, late investment of the wall could be a problem here, but Kicks on the back of that, looking to isolate on the detained. It does come through, but Boo's still alive.
Boo's still standing. Rienz has his back, and Boo, where is he? How is he living? He's finally been found by Trex. The site's under their control.
30 seconds left.
Benji Fishy still has the lockdown, and Patatek not too far off from his ult, but he's 2 away, and that's still quite a lot at this point.
Yeah,
but look at... Doing this in a post plant is going to be rough, though. Sender can still buy time, Mike.
Well, the reason it's tough in the post plant here is that actually it's a comfortable, safe plant up in nest. So there's plenty of opportunities here for Vitality to punish the defuse coming through. That Viper wall's not really going to give them any sort of comfort, but Benji will.
What an absolute nutcase! Sender! Red Bull clutch right back at you. I thought that was Benji Fishy's moment to shine, but it's not to be. Back and forth we go, 3 apiece now. The scrappy buys finally fully pay off. They make it through, and I don't know how Boo lived that long.
But now Boo got a kill before being detained. Eventually shut down here.
Oh.
Yeah, It just so happens they drop down Sender.
Nice. I don't understand why. No,
And that's the audio you cut out.
The interesting
really crucial dialogue and context.
Prior to that, Benji Fishy almost hitting, you know, a nutty 3K. So I think both teams are very capable of doing it. I want to see what this adjustment is from Vitality. I don't know if it's something we can even identify. It could be something quite small. Let's see, as it seems, Heretics prioritizing so much of this space here. Maybe put on red alert after the amount that Safe was getting away with, but again, you're trying to make something happen. You're looking mostly towards Rienz, and you're looking towards the other side of Miniboot, right? These two are the kind of pack-a-punch players. And Safe slowly going to be working towards A still, so keep that in the back of your mind. On the other side of the map, there's still going to be a stack there. Like, Safe's like awareness.
Hunting, yeah.
Smart boy. Is he smart enough to clear this? And that's a little bit of an alarm being rung there. Rienz needs to play patient. He needs to play patient here. How meticulously does Safe clear? So far,
he's going to check this.
Yes, he is. He is going to check it at the audience, and you could see the frustration on Rienz. You could see it there. Waited so long for a chance. Heard the steps, got all excited. Not going to happen. Denial on the first attempt.
30 seconds left.
But the Viper's Pit, perfect answer, and that should be safety. Rifle is in the hands of Heretics though, so they've got an upgrade there, Mike.
Yeah, Parlash comes through. Oh, hang on. Miniboost found a kill with a fragment and a headshot onto Trex here. Brings it back to a 4v2.
Okay, Dizzy in the mosh pit still. So that's a time buyer. Got Wingman back too.
Very early though.
You can see the paranoia. He's worried about this, right? Trying to hope something happens. Sender's got to be careful as well. It could be spammed out here, but does he time this right? Does he try and make the hero play himself? Leaves the pit, tries to find the angle, but he's been found. Benji Fishy doesn't fall for free. And now Vitality try and dig their heels in. The wall's in the way. Oh, Sender! As if you're pulling that one off. Vitality clutching onto this round.
Back to back for Sender as well. The one to seal the deal. A second successful A-site hit here. And the Sage Wall may be causing an issue there, but even the reposition, I mean, it's tough for Rienz. He's got so many different angles to worry about here.
Yeah.
Might look like a comfortable position, but not so much.
And again, though, this was a half buy. This was one rifle on Rienz and the Guardian.
With Classic. What?
Oh, we won.
I mean, yeah, look back at that. Hang on. Hold that. What is that from Rienz?
It was taking him out of the sky. Safe now wants to be involved. They've read it, but he still takes one with him. They knew that's what he wanted to get back. They're starting to read this team a little better here, but with Sender still standing, there's still going to be a chance. The guy's been worth his weight in gold in the last couple, but now they don't have any layers to depend on. They've got an ult from Trex. They feel they can use it. Z-Kick's trying to get proactive. I like this. I like what they're trying to do here. That's really heads up work from Vitality. Turning the odds. Using Wingman like that. Getting aggressive with Sender. Now what do you do here though? They needed a kill and now they get to sit back deep. Oof. Trex will be seen, but no harm, no foul there.
And the pit's going to come through. Going to cause some issues here.
So
it doesn't necessarily feel comfortable.
No, still a flash, and Sender's still got utility. How do you get past him? Even with the Viper's Pit, what does it matter? Yeah, there it is. Look at this. What are you meant to do here? They can't get past Sender. They finally take him down, but by now, is there even enough time for this? Really? Spam on. They've got to check on this. They've got to check on this. Panitek down to 29. No one. Oh my God, he made a go of it. But Vitality again, even it's down to one man, it still works.
At least that, the one to reset the finances potentially for another round.
Oh, before the flash too. But this was so good, taking this space.
Yeah, so they're sending Wingman out and using that, almost that sound cue to then double swing on. That situation where, you know, Heretics are looking at it, it's like, yeah, numbers advantage. There's no way that, you know, we're going to have two people swinging onto us here as the spike comes through. It's those little plays with Gecko that really catch teams off guard. So it throws a spanner in the works.
Oh, it does. And I think there's going to be more and more of that. And we see Clove get brought into play potentially as well if it gets utilized to, you know, that, again, just kind of, I guess, subverting expectations, kind of playing aggressively in scenarios you're not used to.
Similar to when we saw, you know, Neon board, it really throws off timings and, you know, expected outcomes of certain situations.
It's a really exciting prospect to look into, but not, I like what we're seeing here. Vitality really scrappy in these rounds, but it's working for them. In my mind, Sender has been just magnificent in what he's been doing for him. Really, really impressive work. Now you can see Vitality really having to check through on this, considering we know that I think it was Rien's last time did manage to slip the net. Did get punished by Safe, but still, you can see them very careful in their clear. It's Boo this time. He's trying to back away quietly. Maybe he has a little look. Safe doesn't quite punish quickly enough, but no harm, no foul. And as Boo will have to somewhat respect this. Trying to get cheeky, but he's just not finding the shot he wants.
No. I mean, Milky comes away with that with 90 HP, to be honest with you. It will just be Sheriffs in the retake. Utility to make use of, but Vitality going to be able to set up a stranglehold here.
Yeah, they've got site control building, but Runners, yeah, he's sticking around a little late there. Careful
Didn't
now.
get anything from that, but the wall's removed now.
Yeah, Boo going down. Removes one of the pieces of the puzzle. And you can see all that time being purchased on the spike. Very little for them to be able to get that comfortably in hand, and Sender waiting. If it gets a bit dicey, if it gets a bit dangerous, Sender can creep a little bit closer. Miniboo, the only one to really draw blood, and Runner and Trex wants to do the damage here. And Heretics, I'm waiting for a timeout. I want to see if they can pump the brakes and maybe get a grip on this game again, because Vitality stringing 4 rounds together now.
I think we've just seen the panic button pushed.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, it looks as if maybe it's going to be
that was good. That was good.
a little bit threatening. With Heretics getting back onto site so comfortably. Runner and
intuitive, because there has been that lurk, but at this point, you got to try and do something to get, you know, players in the right place. Or you play fully for the retake. But again, then how are you disrupting the backline? There's something you have to identify.
Yeah, it's the lesser of two evils, because at the minute they're kind of just sitting watching this half pass them by, to be honest. Not even slip through their fingers, pass them by altogether.
And I'm looking at what I'm seeing is potentially a 2-man mid split. Wait and see if that comes in. Could have a fight there potentially with Benji Fishy and Sender. For now, Miniboo actively standing on this. It doesn't look like he can really back. He can, actually, surprisingly. He can back away. Trex is going to find Rien's, though. And there is that mid lurk. There is that ult coming in. Benji Fishy trying to control that mid presence, but they can't. Sender's already slipped the net. This is a disaster. Vitality are now just adding layers to this. They found the pain point and they're pushing it again and again. Be it through middle, be it through just... Again, a good A take here, but Sender the one now to kind of supplement what Safe was doing.
Yeah, investing twofold now, because they've had freedom in terms of progress towards site. Now they can actually sacrifice another player towards this lurk, punishing the backlines, catching rotations of Heretics, and ultimately... Hang on a second. I mean, yeah, Runner's close enough.
No.
Open sight line.
No.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Oh. Oh. I don't think there's enough time,
there isn't.
sadly. It would have been quite fun. We haven't done a Ninja Defuse in what feels like years now.
A long time, a long time. But then you also don't get tripwire kills, so, you know,
anything can and will happen.
Those bingo card players for today will be kicking themselves after that one. Thank God it was an open plant.
Yes. Oh, where's the spike gone? Oh, good. When did you last play bingo? Like actual bingo.
Actual bingo.
Actual bingo. Down, you know, maybe not a bingo hole, but you know, actual bingo.
Skegness 2008. There's a reference for
phrase that, oh God.
Never before said on an esports
I was about
broadcast.
to say, the word Skegness probably has never been said, but here we are. Look at the ults that are stacked on Heretics. They just haven't had a chance to use. They've just been living in the shadow of Vitality, and they didn't really have a good grip on this side of the map either, if I'm honest. And now, considering they've got Sheriffs, it's going to get a whole lot harder. Runner overwhelming pad attack. Site now available and free for the plant. Trek's going to clear Benji Fishy. Where are you, Heretics? Because right now you're being pushed aside, maybe feeling that they finally dealt with the A problem, but look at this switch up. Vitality going, oh, we'll just look at the other side of this map. We'll go towards B. How delightful. They haven't even planted yet. Wingman off and away. Probably going to be denied. Yep. Boo. Trying to play his life here, but Rien's now noted. And they pause. This would need one of these players to really find value. Re-ends, there's that aim we're talking about.
Now
4
actually
more.
becomes a little problematic, yeah.
Yeah.
Vitality have to push a little further forwards here. Minibu's punished exactly that.
Okay. Ults come out. You can see Boo trying to keep him safe while Rienz tries to get some value. Runner going to invest towards Miniboo. And now he's down to Rienz in a 1v2. How much can one man achieve here? Turret now removed, safe taken away, but he should be back to effect by the time that Rienz could close the gap. And he's still on the Guardian. Kicks to the left, safe to the right. This would need something monumental. He knows where both players are. He's got utility still to play with too. Still has Wingman here.
Saw you, Mosh.
Trying to create some safety on the angle. Should get some progress going. This is still dangerous. This is still doable, and Kicks breaks his heart, but keeps things looking golden for Vitality.
Again, with the funds built up and established here for Vitality, no real sweat in terms of that coming right down to the wire. Especially with a 5-round lead here. Firmly in control of Icebox, which feels a little unexpected considering, obviously, not knowing really to place, I guess, the credence of last week's result versus Fnatic.
Yes.
But a 13-4 result nonetheless for Heretics here. Vitality once again flipping the script for us.
I mean, this is genuinely massive for Vitality, who, again, the comp left us wanting more. But maybe this is the solution. Finding the balance to all things as Miniboo on the verge. Spots 1, 2, 3. Plenty of barrels noted and plenty of bodies added to the count. Dizzy not quite dissuading them enough. It's Boo this time to double down. Even just Kicks alive. Finally, the answer's there for Heretics, but so late in the day. The last round of the first half could be theirs, but Kicks, you got something? Don't think this is particularly feasible, but he's got time. He's in between a rock and a hard place. And there it is, position noted and all that utility removed for a couple of seconds. Forced to show his hand as Wingman comes around the corner. And Heretics clutching onto the last round here in the first half.
Yeah, win out in what feels like a brute force, really, for Vitality, seemingly like they have the freedom to do so. This Miniboo, a brazen position, but with the res being available, you can take a little bit of a risk like that to kick the round off. But a very convincing half from Vitality for Heretics, so sure that there's an argument to be made that, you know, it's not the end of the world in terms of them, but that was the first half of the map as well. They obviously led to kick things off here. Now have to claw their way back in.
Look at the positions already coming out across the map. So much information. They know exactly where they are.
You're going to see Sender just give this up now. There's a nano swarm down. They can stall out a default plant. They're going to be herded. And does this turret get deactivated? Wait, did it get shot?
I don't know. I think so. I think so. Benji Fisher was watching it anyway, so I feel as though there's a case. Do they just try and push through here? They're going for a deeper plant to be safe from the split, but then they need to win this fight towards CT. It's paramount, it is a priority. Sender tries to do his best, but he falls. Benji Fishy overwhelmed on the side, but he's the first alert. He's the first warning that Vitality are now back on the site. Runner, Kicks, safe. Looking to try and flood on through. 4 players, though. Holding on the other side for a second here. How do they clear this? The double swing off the back of Dizzy. It's Runner to find Boo. No effective trade here. Rien's out forced off the angle, but that's the timing for Panatek to strike. And Safe goes down. First found here for Heretics now.
A lot of threat, a lot of danger for Heretics. Yeah, reference game is on point today, yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't really send it. No, you didn't really send it.
Oh, you wanted me to send that, did you?
Well, I mean, if you're going to make a reference, yeah.
Enemy remaining.
Regardless, though, Heretics
Nice.
on the board here.
Finally.
Yeah, looking happy in the Heretics camp.
Cheerful bunch, aren't they?
Yeah. Put 2 Brits in the same room.
Wow.
Make them watch Valorant.
Well, my mental health has not been the same.
What could possibly happen? What could go wrong?
Well, back to the game safe as a sheriff.
It was rhetorical. Safe. Slip away from this now after being
Yeah, you know what? You
noted.
take this round.
Yeah.
I'm having a drink. Of
Heretics.
water.
Needs saying. Heretics
I'm next to you.
find themselves a wide open A site here. Obviously, we'll get the plant through. Actually, Wall invested on the back of that as well, so an obstacle for Vitality to overcome on the way back through. Look, exchange between Riens and Boo there.
Alrighty. Back in the building. Dizzy. Not going to get much out of this. Let's see if there's any sort of threat here. So far, no. Nil point. Any sort of threat here. So far, no. Nil point.
One enemy
Runner.
remaining.
Makes a go of it, but they find two.
I'll be fine.
As long as they recover any of the rifles they had, it's no harm, no foul, all good.
Yeah, it was 3 bought in, so again, you
They
sacrificed the
walk it
pistols.
with one.
And, yeah.
They've got all that they came in with, so not too much of a problem. That's 2 in a row. Now, this is where it gets interesting. This is where the fun starts to happen. I promise you. Maybe the next one, really, but you know.
No, it is. This ultimately plays back in towards equalising that advantage coming out of the half. And it's, I mean, it's pretty well flushed.
It's not a bad bonus round.
Here.
Bulldog Guardian, yeah, but the rest just sitting on nice amounts of rifles, full util. You'll be happy enough with that, Heretics. It's game time. Vitality want to dig their heels in now. This is the round to do it in.
A real resistance in terms of that early exchange. Just going to get everyone with another free plant. I mean, wall removed, yes, but I don't think there's going to be much pressure coming onto the plant here. Boo eats a ton of damage off the snake bite, but able to heal up comfortably after this, and Heretics will have a chance to reset and relax a little bit.
Here.
Yeah, Boo can buy some time. Slow it down a little. 3 of them staying relatively close towards that maze. You can already note that Sender has slipped a little bit closer. Boo going to be overwhelmed. Mini Boo on the trade out though, finds Sender. Riens then swings into gear. Safe trying to work off the back of the Boombot, not going to get what he wants though. It's kicks to draw blood. But now they got to look towards that spike, and that's where the problems truly begin, because time can be bought here.
So much post-plant cheese
Look at it.
being applied.
So
That's it.
difficult,
Wingman's going to get...
Enemy
Nah,
remaining.
not going to happen. And again,
One
this is
enemy
where it
remaining.
becomes horrifically dicey. I don't think there's going to be time for... Runner?
Wait,
Runner?
hang on.
Runner? Runner! Oh my word, that was close enough. It got me nervous, but the Red Bull clutch in the end. Heretics continue on closing the gap.
It's a moment there where you think Runner's got the time, but again, the sight line's not actually perfect all the way on the top of belt here. You can see Heretics probably try and run this
One enemy
A-site
remaining.
execute time and time again behind the comfort of that Sage Wall.
Clutch.
Vintage Icebox approach, obviously with the Gecko sprinkled on top as well.
A little dash.
A dash of Gecko.
The micro wabe. I've been watching a lot of weird cooking videos, Michael. It's been very dull without you.
Sorry, Steel.
Okay, well, that wasn't, you know.
I mean, you said it.
No, I meant in my private time.
Right there.
Relax.
That's a conversation for another time.
Well, it's a very slow start to the round, Michael, so
So
we can...
Heretics are on B
Yeah?
site already.
Oh! B-site must have moved. Sender doesn't see any of these players.
Yeah, no confirmation on the backside. Benji, I'm not even sure actually if when Runner had repositioned here. Right, Safe will catch the cross. That's a tag actually as well.
Oh,
Right there.
all right. Yeah, and something we generally gave Heretics pretty high credit for was their usages of these ults, you know, making sure they find value, and even rounds like this that could have been a bit more dangerous, but you can see that danger now starting to really mount.
30
It's
seconds
Kicks and
left.
Runner to connect, and Miniboo going down. Ult on the other side. Gonna make it to Psych get the information, but no detains here. Rien's on guard duty. He's got to try and keep this safe. It's an absolute nightmare. It's an absolute
Runner's found another
minefield. Runner's absolutely popping up. So is Sender. It's on Benji Fishy with 13 seconds and 2 to find. What the hell does he do with this?
10 seconds left.
This is all kinds of
Enemy
screwed up.
remaining.
He's trying to go for the plant. He read the position initially. Kicks goes back for it. He's got the plant down. How does he do it? You've got Kicks on one side, Benji on the other. 5 bullets for Benji Fishy. Kick's trying to play the time. Drops down, it's been heard. Trying to toy with it. Go back up. Benji Fishy now looks back. Oh, Kicks!
He got the headshot there. It must have clipped the edge of the
It
wall.
had to have done. Kicks is on 3 HP.
The Kicks have a shield. I mean, he brings a Sheriff into this, so maybe a light shield, yes, but the Thrifty comes off nonetheless for Vitality. But
How?
I'm not sure how this headshot doesn't fully connect. I'm desperately waiting for it, because
Was it through the...
What the fuck? How that's nice try. How is
They agree with us.
yeah, they didn't censor that clip.
I don't blame them. Same.
Leave the audio in for that one.
Same. Yeah, honestly, I'd be heartbroken as well by
Yeah.
that, because that was... I mean, you can see the Vitality are loving it, right? They're like, cool, we've just been given potentially a gateway back to got away with that.
Yeah.
You don't often get those chances. A clip of a bullet or two, I don't know how he was still standing, but he was.
I didn't
It's
catch
like-
in the replay, actually, if he did have a shield.
I didn't even look to, I was just still
Yeah.
horrified. And then they swore and I got really excited. 7-9.
Fines everywhere.
You know, people take that seriously.
I know.
And they're like,
Don't tell him.
No, yeah, you know what, I'll come back to it, because it looks like we've got a bit of aggression.
Good nade, though.
Oh, Benji Fishy,
Yeah.
that's unlucky. How is he living? I guess he at least gets, you know, a second lease at life as well.
Turret down.
Maybe not quite as egregious as the round before, but the fact he is still breathing. It's rather surprising. Vitality seemed quite well-rounded in that approach, to be fair.
Hang on, Safe looked like he was going to progress down tube here. But then called to attention.
Here.
Retreats a little bit, but there's no way he spotted this cross. Whether or not there was an audio cue heard by potentially Kicks or Runner on A to call that. You say that, actually, on the other side. Sender does nearly commit to that opening peak.
Healing.
There we go. And they just, they burst through the wall. Sender's been cleared, but the support's there. Safe is the first man to the case. You're looking at the rest to try and make it through from CT.
30 seconds
That's
left.
gonna be Runner now on the case.
Spike planted.
Gonna bring Mini Boo to his knees and follow up with Boo. Kicks and
Spotted
Runner.
him. He's got another nade.
Oh my word, yeah, Mini Boo's absolutely out of it.
Yeah, I mean, this prevents the res from coming through now.
Last
You can see Rien's trying to catch that timing here. Just that rifle in hand, a 1v2. Rien's is good. He's got to be really good. Rien's is just out of this world.
I mean, open sight lines created here, given the opportunity to excel, and he absolutely delivers.
Give me that one again. Let me see that Red Bull
Talking about it
clutch.
being clean and crisp.
Oh,
Not often you see it as good as that. I mean, yeah, even here with a weird situation, there's a chance for the half defuse to come through and force the hand of Rien's, but that's, oh my God. Yeah, and frustration, because I think there's a chance to maybe slow things down in a 2v1 there.
Yeah.
Especially with the utility still being there for Kicks.
Hold on, we've got some aggression coming through here as well. Patatek's got to be so careful. He could be on a platter. And Boo's the one to find Trex, but it's safe! Right
Spike
up
down.
the guts,
Attacker
finding
spawn.
Rien's and Boo. I don't know how he just managed that angle, but
And they're going
he
to know
got
about
both.
they're going to know about the cross as well. Patatek has to cross here. Behind the orb. But Vitality
word.
do disengage.
Out of
Concede some of
nowhere.
this space now.
I guess the only benefit if you're Heretics is those guns can't be reached easily. But, I mean, you're clutching at straws there. You got the lockdown lingering as well. Safe, what a nightmare moment to face him like that. Finds two. If Runner can get one, this might be the round wrapped. He can't get the shot. It'd be a little audacious to repeat. Did he tag Patatek then? Or was he already down to 5 HP? I couldn't tell
I
you.
didn't catch that yet. Maybe he did.
I'm not 100% certain. But they're banking on Mini Boo, finding a lot
seconds
here.
left.
Benji Fishy.
He's forced into an awkward plant, though.
Yeah, that's not ideal. This is all on Mini Boo in my
You
mind.
should run.
And then lockdown.
Well, an awkward plant now that actually gives him a very valuable spot for the lockdown.
Okay.
What?
He didn't get caught. He didn't get caught off guard. Mini Boo gets away with daylight robbery. The flash to check and sees nothing else here, but it's going to be that mid-pressure. Panic attack, audacious to go all the way back around, making them work. Safe gave them that window, but I think Heretics just closed it. The fact that Safe got 2 this round felt out of this world, but Miniboo on the bailout didn't get noted by Dizzy, and then Palitek going all the way back around to pressure the pinch coming in.
Yeah, show me that from Miniboo's POV again. That looks ridiculous. The finest of margins.
Yeah, show me Safe at the start and show me Miniboo. You can ignore me, production, don't worry. I won't hold it against you, but it'd be nice to see, because that was wild.
So the sight lines looked clear as well. I mean, I glanced back just to see the position of where Benji slips into. Because I thought,
Oh, wow.
Miniboo was as... Oh, I thought Miniboo was as good as dead.
I mean... They just won a round,
Yeah, they
by
just
the
won
way.
a round.
I see that Mini has actually joined Heretics.
It's a mini cosplay.
Exactly. Well, we've got Miniboo, so they're just, you know, really bringing it all together. Operator is coming out. Runner opting to invest towards this. We haven't seen this yet, so oh, look at this.
It's aggro as well.
Deep fact-finding here. Safe on guard duty in middle. Benji Fishy might have just been put to task to try and deal with this man who's been a problem. Rienzo going to take away Trex, but they still haven't noted the forward position from the 2 players we were talking about earlier.
No, you can see on the minimap, that's the deeper sight anchor here on 8. Operator's still posted up. Is he close enough to hear that alarm bot, actually? I mean, it could be a bit of a red herring that, you know, maybe the rotation coming through, but forced off here, flash, and a mosh pit, and actually further utility to apply pressure to Runner.
Monster on the loose.
Yeah, that was well timed. The lockdown,
That's good timing on the lockdown, actually.
yeah, wondering what they do with this. You got 4 seconds, and you're not going to get a plant, so the plant is now under a safety net. And you can already see that re-lean from Runner, gets another chance at this. And as you said, the lockdown timing was exceptional. Bought them so much space
30
here.
seconds left.
Crash isn't done with you.
But now, this is what they're going to depend on, try and get them back on this side. They've still not noted Runner. He's still a factor in this. The second that wall drops, there are problems. Oh, and they almost line up. He did chip damage too. You couldn't ask for a better response, as Miniboo can do no more. Sender clearing house here. Vitality make it to 10.
Yeah, it felt fairly crucial to win that one. I think it's going to be Boo that struggles the most. Actually, yeah, Patitech in terms of the finances here. Rians looks like he wants to throw... Well, actually, looks as if Heretics are going to buy altogether here, force into this purchase. Yeah, Vitality... Oh, did the second tag come through there? I'm not sure if it was the second tag, but it almost looked like Runner's able to line him up with the operator there.
Boys. Big round, big round. Well played. Let's go.
Yeah, it was a big round, because look at the buy.
Yeah, it's not... Well, I mean, with the rifles here, as full an investment as they could probably...
Oh, they're still doing this again? Trex this time going to get the better of Miniboo, so
Kill my ally.
Miniboo going to be brought back to life.
Here.
I just don't know if they've got the kit to clear this now.
No, it's awkward here because they want to run at a site, get the pit down, and let Patitech kind of cause a nuisance with this judge. Looks like they might rethink their approach, or maybe even try and fake with the pit here, because we're seeing the spike still lurk outside 8
I got you.
in the hands of Boo.
And it depends on the...
That causes a big issue, because they're not able to now comfortably fake.
Safe just stepped. Did Benji not hear that?
Well, he definitely hears Runner.
But Safe's also heard... Oh, not again.
He's
What is
got no
happening?
clue about Benji.
No, yeah. No,
Well, Benji seemingly had no clue where those shots were coming from
which
either.
is also questionable at the best of times. But they have a pick and they have a
30 seconds
chance.
left.
The one bonus was that Runner actually moved away from this site too.
Somebody out.
Late
But
round
now-
hit though, showstopper here. It's really awkward, Lauren.
20 seconds. They've already had problems getting towards this. 15 now. Showstopper goes through. That's not the player with the spike. The spike is going down as we speak. They can still hold on to this. Maybe, maybe not. Trex is there towards Rienz. It's down to just 2. Benji Fishy and Patitech. Okay, Benji Fishy wants to make a go of this one. Can't do any more that time as Patitech on 17 HP has no hope in this world as Vitality really kicking in now.
And such a good usage of the null command. It splits Heretics away from being able to rely on that comfortable, that safe, guaranteed plant behind the wall, behind the wingman. But also that, Heretics are ahead of the rotation here. Not able to really find that window. Sorry, Vitality are ahead of the rotation here. Heretics not able to find the window of opportunity to even get themselves to a position. And that was so quick as well. I look back and I think, is somebody sitting in the pit still on B? Have they left a contingency in place? No. Everybody scrambles for this rotation.
Someone just take it. You're all uneven.
Just a fuse, please. For now, though.
A little concern. I mean, this feels like
Yes.
Vitality hitting 12.
Yes.
Unless a Guardian and a Stinger and a bit of a Shiko around the edges can find some value here around 21. Still got the pit to work with, so maybe they can find a plant. Swing things in their favor. But it's not comfortable whatsoever.
No, it's not. Benji Fishy already copping a boatload of damage. Luckily, we'll be able to get healed up here, but Safe not allowing him any play towards middle now. And you can really see the adjustment. There's going to be kicks patrolling towards Tube as well. Maybe feeling as though got away with too much in that last round. And actually, careful now. They've spotted a player here. Now, Rienz has fallen. And Runner's not feeling pressured, so he gets to go back for more.
Down B.
Boombot allows him some escape here too. Gets to slip away, doesn't have to outstay his welcome. And even with Benji Fishy finding space, he doesn't have the spike, so it really feels quite irrelevant to this. Hard to cross back over as well.
I think Benji's really going to be given an inch in this lurk. No, it's not.
Oy.
A wallbang, yes, but damage down at least for Sender's going to humble Benji for the time being, keep him honest. Flash doesn't even connect it.
Nope.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
That looked disgusting.
Oh, what?
The second.
Stop it! That just doesn't seem right. The spike went down before Miniboo fell, but Safe is having none of it. He wants 12 rounds and he might just get him. Panatek. This is a lot. This is really quite a lot. A Runner's bounding in. Vitality potentially on the precipice of a big upset here. A lot of people putting a lot of faith in Heretics, and rightly so. Vitality not turning heads in that first game in all the right ways. But now, they seem to have everything going their way.
Yeah, really, really impressed with them today. That first was disgusting. Second, Trek's not giving a shot.
One enemy remaining.
But yeah, thoroughly impressed with Vitality today. Obviously some questions around the execution of week one in general.
Yeah.
But here, yeah, definitely for me, an upset for Heretics, who very quickly established themselves as maybe one of the top dogs here in EMEA.
I love seeing this, the
You're
potential.
taking the distance, yeah, absolutely.
This is what you wanted from Vitality, right? Is seeing what they can actually achieve. You saw all that potential and none of the results for it, but now we're starting to see that real glimpse of it. Now Heretics tested. 2 away for Rienz on the ult here. Sender drifting back through, and the timing might be real good for him. Miniboo and Rienz line up and put to bed. Sender sending him out of this game as Benji Fishy, the last one alive, to try and put up a stand. And it doesn't matter. Brought to the knees as Vitality